Hello, everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of She is Speed. My name is Lana Ruse, and I get to be your host for this awesome show where we are featuring women in speedrunning who run games with female protagonists. So we have a stacked lineup for you tonight with some Clock Tower 3 and some Lost Nova. But before we get started, here's a couple announcements. So, AGDQ 2023 online will be January 8th to the 15th. Game submissions and event volunteer applications are now closed, so keep your eyes open for the games list coming on October 22nd and chat moderator and social media volunteering positions opening up later. Also coming up soon, Fright Fatales. It's a one-day event on October 23rd to celebrate spooky season with dark, scary, or horror-themed speedruns from the Frame Fatales community. So make sure to use !Fright in Twitch chat to learn more about this one-off event. I might also be involved a little bit, so am I a little biased towards it? Just maybe a little. So today we are going to get started with a Clock Tower 3 normal mode run from Miss Scarlett Tanager. I'll let her tell you all about it. Take it away.
Hello. Yes, I am Miss Scarlett Tanager, and I already see mentions of the bunnies in the chat. They are right over here. Don't you worry. And I'm going to be joined by this run by Ecdysis. Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Ecdysis. I run this game. Clock Tower games, and I do other horror stuff.
That's selling yourself short. You're kind of like the king of Clock Tower.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna upstage you.
Okay, so we'll get started right away in 3, 2, 1, go. So Clock Tower 3 is interesting. I mean, I would say all the Clock Tower games are interesting in their own way, but Clock Tower 3 tries to be a horror version of Sailor Moon at times, while also crossed with a Clock Tower game and a protagonist who fears nothing. I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, Ek, but I think it's the only of the Clock Tower or Clock Tower likes where you can actually do puzzles and stuff while actively being chased.
Correct.
All right. So this is the mansion area where we're just sort of running around. Our character Alyssa got a very sus message from her mom saying, "Don't come home. Sus things are happening at home." So what does she do? She goes home immediately. And finds that her mother is nowhere to be found, and the mansion is oddly quiet, and strange, spooky things are happening. So the mansion section is fairly short, and it takes a little bit to actually get to getting chased by the stalkers. In this game, they're called subordinates. But just like most of the other Clock Tower games, you have the stalkers who chase you, and then you have to run away from them with, at least most of the time, no way to fight back. Except for this game, I believe, is when they introduce the ability to actually fight back, because there is actually boss fights in this game, which we'll get to when that happens, and that's when this game decides to turn into a Sailor Moon. Oh, that is a wall. All right, so I just got a vial of holy water, which we use to open doors, scare off some of the enemies at times, and do some of the puzzles. Now, right there you saw I sort of did the door unlock from a little bit further away. I didn't get right up on the door. It's because the holy water has a range to it. And the further away you can get from the door, because it takes a while for the door to actually unlock itself, the further away you are from the door when you use the holy water, the slightly faster it is to actually get through the door. Which is nice, because the door takes way too long to open. All right, so Alyssa just got teleported into World War II? London? Is that correct?
Yes, Christmas time as well. I think it's during
Christmas
like
time.
the Battle of Britain.
Yeah, during the Blitz.
I think so, yeah. It's a weird story that time travels, and like they go to like several different areas. Long story short, she's British.
Long story short, she's British. That's in the realm of horror games. That's kind of fair, because you have this game, you have Rule of Rose, just lots of British, vaguely 40s and 50s horror.
Also, right now, Miss Scarlet's doing a mechanic that it's actually a pretty deep mechanic, but we're barely going to see it because all the answers are like right in front of you. It's just to find like a ghost and its dead body and then return the item, but it's literally like 3 feet away each time, so it's never really a problem in most cases. Oh, hey, look, you've done it. She's also going to be grabbing this item for safety because this is going to give her one more kind of hit if she gets hit, so you're not immediately dead. Which, some of you have been asking, what's that bar in the top left? That's health, but it's not. It's called panic. If it fills up, you panic, and she runs like a duck.
Like a duck.
After that, if you get hit, you die. So this prevents that.
Yeah, the Clock Tower series in general is sort of known for its panic system, but I think this is the first one where it's actually in the form of the equivalent of a reverse health bar. Right?
Yeah. So it's weird because she's really strong and she could actually take any hit. However, if you're panicked, it's one-shot kill.
Unless you have the Sigil Stone, which is what I picked up just
Correct.
then. Yeah. So we've got another one of those little ghosty side quest bits you can do here, but we're just gonna not and just leave that lovely little raspberry jam covered chalk outline to some other player of this game. Because doing the actual side questy bits is slow unless the game forces you to do so, and I think it only does so twice. This and the spectacles later. I'm just gonna run around here for a second because even though I have unlocked the door, it takes a minute for the game to register that I've unlocked the door. Alright, so we are now in... What's the name of this store? I can never remember the actual name of it.
Something's Taylor. It's a tailor shop.
It's a tailor. Because we need to get we need to get an invitation in order to go into the music hall, which is where we'll be spending quite a bit of this first chapter of the game. But shortly before that, we are actually going to meet our first subordinate, which is going to happen quite shortly as soon as I get this key and go into the next room. Now... Ek, which would you say is the hardest and easiest of the subordinates for you?
Easiest is the first boss because he dies almost immediately. Actually, no, easiest is, we'll meet her later, but Jemima.
Yeah.
Hardest is going to be second boss in the game, actually, weirdly enough.
Corroder?
Yep.
I find Corroder to be probably the second most annoying, but the one I've died the most to is definitely Chopper Phase 2.
The bosses are kind of weird with this game because the more you continue to run it, it's kind of like, okay, which ones are consistent and which ones are going to kill your run? Yeah. And that's always the thing that I kind of feel with. And going over all the bosses, I guess we can talk about them once we get to them more. But like the first boss is almost always consistent because you're just waiting for a certain attack. Jemima literally dies immediately. Scissor Man can be kind of rough, but overall he feels more consistent than Corroder.
So we had just met the first subordinate. He is Sledgehammer, and he is a massive man with a massive sledgehammer. We don't like him, so we're just going to run past him and run away. So we don't want to deal with him. But now we find Alyssa is in a bit of a pickle because Sledgehammer is on the other side of a doorway. But oh wait, this game has evade points. So she's just going to pick up that chair, and in the chair she just. In the cutscene, she slams the chair into him? Is that what happens? Because it's been a while since I've actually watched the cutscene. Yeah,
so there's a mechanic in this game with like those green circles, and this is meant to teach you it. Whenever a stalker's chasing you, you can actually immediately get rid of them by using like evade points. And it's just kind of a really safe way of having to avoid them. Which, funny enough, you mentioned earlier, for the stalkers in this game, you can actually solve puzzles while being chased. So it doesn't matter that much as long as you're being safe. But this is just the tutorial, like, hey, we have to escape.
Yeah, and with the evade points, you can only use the evade points once for the most part, though I think there's an exception. And you can use hide points pretty much forever, but if I recall, they do eventually, like, if you keep hiding in the same spot, they'll eventually start actually looking in that spot. Or is that just a haunting ground thing?
Yeah, I think you can only use them once because they tend to, like, break or be done.
Yeah. Well, I meant the hide points specifically, not the evade points.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've ever used a hide point.
That's fair, neither have I. Since speedrunning this game. Obviously, I used the hide points a few times when I was a kid, but... All right, so we finally got into the music hall. Now, each one of these subordinates in this game has sort of a ghost that is specific to them. And the point of each chapter is to sort of put that ghost to rest in order to defeat the subordinate of that particular area. Now, the cutscene that I skipped there introduced us to the main ghost of this area, a little girl named May. Again, I've skipped all these cutscenes for so long, I forget half of them. Who is a little girl who was a victim of Sledgehammer back in the past, because we are in the past. Now, Alyssa, that is the wrong direction. The point of this section is to put her to rest, and we have to find the specific item from her backstory to do so. So I'm still actively being chased, but for some reason, the stalkers or the subordinates just don't go into some areas. I think it's because they're considered puzzle areas. But even though I'm actively being chased, he will never come back behind here. Now, hopefully he's in a good spot. Hopefully he's behaving. He's behaving. I have actually gotten it where he's between me and the door before. In fact, I think it happened 3 times while I was practicing yesterday. So that little note that I read there, okay, is a memo that gives me the combination to this door. Now, even if you know the combination, you can't actually open the combination lock until you have the notes. So you actually have to pick up the note there. Now, you saw that earlier that I used that little lever twice when I was behind the stage. Now, the reason that I did that is because you have to lower it to make a body drop down that has that note, and then you have to raise it again in order to go past that area upstairs later. Now, I have messed that up before and forgotten to do the second lever. It's a little annoying. Okay, I'm going to focus here for a second because I mess up this dodge coming up here all the time. Okay, I sort of did. I got a little bit caught on the wall, but...
So looks like you got it.
Yeah. I always have trouble with that one and one a little bit later. Okay, here I'm unlocking the door and then I'm immediately opening up this locker and waiting for a second to make sure that the door is entirely unlocked so I can actually get through it before I get hit.
Yeah, there's a mechanic in this game where being chased doesn't always mean you're actually being chased. Whenever you open a door, whenever you open a locker, the stalker just doesn't realize, oh, you're doing this. That blue sigil is kind of like a lock, so Miss Scarlet had to wait for it to dissolve. So she broke the sigil, and then while it was dissolving, she just opened up the locker because then Sledgehammer wouldn't chase her. As well, that whole section was it looked a lot easier than it actually is, but she had to make sure to go more further left because if she went further to the right, she would be knocked down and stunned. She had to make sure that she got up the stairs as quickly as possible because getting that panic meter filled up is a lot of time loss, which is not very good.
Now, I don't know about you, Ek. Have you ever, when you do this section right here, if you stun Sledgehammer too quickly or he's too close, that he just decides, I'm just not going to move far enough away from that hole for you to actually get into it?
You did that perfectly. The whole thing there is it's RNG. You'll lose time if he is uncooperative. You have to wait for him to take one step forward. If he takes one step forward, then you throw immediately. Until he does that, though, you can't throw. If you try, you just won't be able to pass the hole, as you mentioned.
Which is annoying, and I have done it more times than I'd like to admit.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, hey, I can save some time here. And then you're like, why isn't it working?
Yeah, that's why I usually just, at the best time save there isn't worth it to me. I just let him take another step forward just to make sure. Okay, here's the second dodge that I'm not the best at. Okay, I did it. As I say, not the best at, does it immediately. Okay, just for safety here, I'm going to grab a second lavender water from here, which could cause me to panic, but it's fine. I just want to make sure that he doesn't cause me to panic further up the stairs. Because if you're very, very on point with turning that corner, the stalker will temporarily lose sight of you, which is great because he stays in that corner for just long enough for you to be able to get up to the next door without him seeing you. However, it almost feels RNG to me because I can't get it to happen every time. Okay, Sledge, can you not? Can you not? Can you not? So that is what can sometimes happen if you're too close to the subordinate when he attacks. He'll knock you over, and it is time loss.
Also, another thing to be mentioned, attacks are weird in this game because you likely think, oh, an attack to do damage or panic probably requires me to get hit, right? No, having an attack near you increases the panic. So an attack being off at all is damage.
Yes. So, Ek, have you ever actually fallen?
Yeah, once because I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, so I didn't actually know if you could actually fall off.
You can. It's very hard.
I've never done it.
You really just hold left and right, but if you're not paying attention, you're drifting at all, yeah, you die.
Okay. Great, now I'm... Okay, it's fine. Now I'm thinking about it. So yeah, I just let go of the thumbstick entirely whenever she starts tripping. Because the last thing we need is our protagonist tripping.
Also, what's a speedrun without RNG? Guess what? The amount of time she stumbles, entirely RNG. You can't control it, meaning you can, in theory, get up to, like, 0 or 1, and that's good. Or you can have, like, 20.
Have you ever gotten through there with 0?
No.
Okay, I was going to say, is that even possible?
It's been reported, though. People have mentioned it. You can get yeah.
Wow.
Like, some people really grind this game out and are like, I can't believe it. I got, like, more than 2. I have to reset. It's like, oh. Okay.
Yeah, because I think, like, 2 is the most common that I usually get. So, normally you saw me just run past the subordinate there. If I wanted to be super safe, I would have hit him with my last douse of holy water, but generally I find you don't actually have to. You can just tank that panic damage, because theoretically he shouldn't be getting anywhere near me from here to the boss fight. So, we got a pliers item. A single pliers. So we're going to go all the way back to that tailor place from earlier, because something that you didn't see, because obviously there's no reason for us to look at it at that moment, was a door entirely covered in razor wire. And the only thing to get rid of the razor wire that Alyssa could find is a pair of pliers that is for some reason stuck way up in the rafters in that theater. And the item that we need in order to complete this first section of the game and get rid of Sledgehammer is in that room past the razor wire. So we just have to run all the way back there. While dodging both Sledgehammer and the little mothies here. So if the little moths catch us, it sort of freezes Alyssa in place for a little while. Does it actually do panic damage? I can't remember. The moth things?
No, they're more just a freeze and kind of an excuse for the stalker to catch up to you.
Okay.
They're mostly not going to be a problem until you hit the one really difficult chopper section. That's the only time they ever seem to really be a problem in the game.
Yeah, I am... Ugh. Just, you'll see it later.
Someone asked in Twitch chat, what's the worst amount of stumbles you've ever gotten? I know personally, I think the worst I've had was maybe 8 total.
You've gotten 8?
Yeah, 5 on one side, I think 3 coming back.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know you could get 5.
The total amount of stumbles.
Yeah.
Like, they can get really bad, but...
Yeah. The most I've ever gotten one way was 4, so I think the most I've ever gotten was probably 7 in total. Like 4 one way, 3 back.
Yeah.
5.
I think world record runs normally want to grind for like 2.
Yeah.
But also resetting on a 13-minute point for probably 10 seconds max. No thanks.
Yeah. Ain't worth it, especially with how much RNG is in the boss fights, which we're about to get to, because I got the pocket watch, which is the item, the special significant item for the Ghost May. So, if y'all like Sailor Moon, this is the infamous Sailor Moon style magical girl boss fights. I'm gonna have to focus during these, so if you'll sort of explain them.
Yeah. I don't know if you're gonna play out the cutscene for Alana, but it's something if you've never seen it.
Should I?
Host choice.
Are we gonna go full magical girl?
Let's do it. Is it the first one or the second one? That's the magical girl transformation.
When she's holding the water bottle.
Right. Okay. Oh, right, the water bottles is the next one. It's been a while since I've actually watched these. Here it is.
So this water ball you've been carrying the whole time, it actually changes around. If you're wondering, what's a boss fight like in this horror game? Well...
It turns into a bow.
Oh my gosh.
just she goes absolute full magical girl in the final fight when she gets a full costume and everything. It's pretty great.
By the way, anyone like Dragon Ball Z?
What?
Because the way you're gonna beat this fight.
Oh, right.
Anyway, a minor skip immediately. Mashing triangle actually skips all. Oh, but you beat him. Oh, yeah, mash triangle during that. Anyway, what's gonna happen is she's gonna be waiting for an attack. That slam is pretty good, but what Miss Scarlet needs to do here is get a 5-charge arrow. As you can see, as she is firing the arrows, it charges pulses each time. It looks like a 5-charge there. She now has a binding. Bindings in this game are the way you're going to beat these bosses. Because as you can see, a binding gets the boss stuck. She's going to need a total of, honestly, anywhere from 3 to 5 bindings normally. Usually 5 for this guy. But it's also weird because the binding level also changes. So this guy requires a 5-charge for a bind. Later bosses require 6. But by getting these binds, once you get enough, you're gonna see some serious stuff. She fires the arrow in the air, and now chat, lend her your energy. I don't know, type, pick your favorite emote, and this happens.
Time for Spirit Bomb. Now I get the DBZ reference.
There you go. Also, so just so you know, for the next boss fights, I'll probably save you a good amount of time for each one. That's triangle when you're watching the cutscene. It'll fill the bar immediately.
I didn't know that!
I learn something new every day.
Yeah, I was wondering what you were talking about with triangle. So it's like you mash triangle during the health bar part?
Yep.
Which part? Okay, during the health bar.
Immediately fills their bar, and that's not going to matter a lot right now, because honestly, that bar is pretty short. But as the game progresses, the health bars get longer and longer, and the final boss has 2 health bars that are really long. So during that, you're probably going to save, like, a good chunk of time anyway.
Yeah.
So enjoy the free time save for GDQ.
Woo! I was wondering when I was watching and learning the run why the bars went so fast. Okay, so we just gave the pocket watch to May. She's super happy and she can go on to the afterlife. And now we have Richard's room key. Okay, so we just got the room key to our grandfather's room and we're super jazzed about that. Don't worry about the cutscene I skipped. There totally wasn't a discount Ron Weasley in it. So we're going to use that, go into our grandfather's room, and snoop into all of his stuff, because we don't know what privacy means. There's only one other real mansion interlude section besides this one. And then it just pretty much goes, hey, just do all the things at once. No more mansion for you.
The game also features a variety of puzzles. Right there, you actually had to get a hidden item. Like, I guess you're able to read it or look around, but you have to get this item in order to unlock the next section. As Mr. was saying, this is one of the few interlude sections, but this one actually kind of requires you to unlock the next level. You can't just go there. Mm-hmm. So she's going to use these winding keys on a clock.
Yes, I'm going to use the winding keys on the clock in Nancy's room, so the mother's room, which is where I entered the London chapter with Sledgehammer, because both of the mansion activated levels are in your mom's room. It's just slightly awkward to go snooping in your mother's things, but it's fine. It's a horror game. It does that. All right, you guys like clock puzzles? Because horror games love their clock puzzles. It's just going to be 2 times left and 3 times right. But the game likes to take its own sweet time. Because I've noticed with this game, sometimes if you try to do prompts too quickly, the game just eats your input.
Yep. The game loves to hang up.
Yep. It has a little bit, longer load times than I would personally like, as well. But it's fine. It's fine. Oh, I just hit skip too many times. Sometimes that happens if you try, because the inventory button is the same button as the skip button. Or skip cutscene button. All right, so now we're in the second chapter, which is still in London. I think all of them are in London, sort of. London adjacent, or Britain adjacent. And do you remember which time period the second chapter is in?
Yeah, it's like 1960 something. It's actually based on some real life serial killer I don't remember the name of.
Wait, it is?
Yeah, Corroder's based on a real dude.
I think I vaguely remember hearing about that, but I couldn't remember any of the particulars about it. Hello, we're just going to go by these ghosts because, again, we don't do the side quests unless required because the side quests are slow. Oh, you are in a really bad spot. The ghost was directly in front of the door. It's great. Okay, so now we are in this is a toy maker's house, I recall?
Yeah, he makes like toys for the local children, is an overall nice guy.
Yeah, and it's probably in my opinion, the saddest story and the saddest cutscenes in this game.
You know, I can't take it that seriously with how the game treats it, but...
Okay, but...
I was just saying, because I don't think you have time to watch it here, but
No.
If anyone ever wants to watch the Corroder introduction cutscene, do so. It is one of the funniest sections of any game you'll ever watch ever.
Funniest?
It's hilarious!
It's okay.
I literally do horror for my job. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, okay. I guess it'd be funny in some ways. I can see how it would be funny, but it's just like super tender, cutscene, mom and the son being super sweet to each other, and in busts this man who just messes their day up.
So the puzzle there, the answer is always north. It's very infrequent, but there's just slight RNG to that. I don't know what causes it. I have zero clue. But sometimes you can just have a better starting position where I think it starts on either yes or something. You can just mash the button.
Yeah,
I almost never
it's a start
get it,
on
but
yes
I've
or
seen
no
it.
thing, I think. It's a start on yes or no.
And then you can actually end up looping around, funny enough, at the menu items, so you can actually go left, and that can save like very, very minor amount of time.
Yeah. I was gonna say something, I can't remember what it was. That's fine, I'll remember later. So I just got a key to an area that I can't really do much yet. The ghost that was sort of chasing me back there is the ghost that's attached to that body in the kitchen, but I don't have what I need to actually, the special item. This is one of the other moments where you do some of the side questy ghosts. I was wrong, there's two other ones, this one and the one later. But I have to get a key and then go back to the mansion. It's the only time in the game where you actually have to go back to the mansion, I believe. Now I just got Richard's desk key, so now, yes, we have to go all the way back to the grandpa's room. Because the grandpa is hiding some things.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, because the grandpa's hiding some things. That's it.
A little bit. But one thing as well is throughout the game, you may have noticed Miss Scarlett's been refilling her water. That's actually an automatic refill. It is the only one in the game that will do that.
Yeah, I kind of wish we got some later, like, after Chopper specifically.
Yeah.
Which would save you having to go back to, or go back just before the Chopper fight to get one. Okay. So yeah, we're just going all the way back to the grandfather's room because Grandpa is a little sus. And by a little, I mean a lot.
The plot of this game is really dumb, and every character in it is somehow dumber than the previous character.
Though, if you want to see something really interesting, go look up the making of cutscenes for this game specifically. There's like I think it's a mini documentary or something that goes into how the cutscenes were mocapped.
Yep.
And
some of the movements are just really fun.
Yeah, if I recall, they got stage actors to do the mocap in the game, so the mocap is super exaggerated. Just very over the top. Okay, so that is a wall, Alyssa. Excuse you. Okay, I'm just gonna grab this arrow. So there's something in this game. I think is it just called Arrow Route? arrow routing?
Yeah, because there's special arrows in the game, green and red, that are just kind of stronger versions of the attacks. So you're wondering, is there an easier way to do these fights? Yeah, item usage allows you to just do more damage, get knockback, or get a binding for free, actually. Green is knockback, red is binding. So finding red arrows is very special. However, we're mostly not going to be using them, but having some for backup is going to be good because some strats do require them.
Yeah. The arrow route strat that I'm using is actually, I went to the world record video and just watched the video and recorded when and where he picked up the arrows.
Wait, did World Record use that arrow now, or?
Yeah, no, it's there.
Cool. All right, good to know. I've always wanted. I've kind of argued a while back, like, hey, we should route this arrow, and it's like right there. It's easy, and I don't know if it ever got done. So
no, he picks up the one before the pocket watch, the one before the film desk, and then pretty much most of the others just fine. Okay, so now we just have to go all the way back to that kitchen. Because we got the film, and since the burnt-out husk in the kitchen was a photographer, which you could tell because he had a camera next to him, you gotta give the film to the camera and to make the ghost happy. Every time my PS2 makes a noise at me, I just stare at it. Hello, Ghosty Goo. Oh, there he is. Okay, goodbye. So yeah, this is the longest section of the game, I believe, that doesn't have a stalker in it, or doesn't have a subordinate. Okay, so we made the ghost happy, and the ghost left us a present. Excuse you, Alyssa. There we go. Sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to figure out where the character wants to be to activate something. So we got some photos, and the photos tell us where to go and to get to the secret backyard area of the toy shop. Now, just like with the note in the first chapter, you can't, even if you know where you have to go to activate this button, until Alyssa knows where the button is, you can't actually go and activate it. So you have to do all of that in order to know that there is a switch behind this.
Also, the video game that's being talked about in Twitch chat is called Kuon. Miss Scarlet also runs it.
Oh, they're talking about Kuon?
Yeah, I'll describe it to you. Let me know if it sounds like Kuon. Little sister eats humans to stay alive. Something about wicker baskets.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's Kuon.
Yeah, she actually ran it on GDQ Hotfix and Frame Vitalis.
And AGDQ.
Wait, sorry, cheat mainline AGDQ. No, Hotfix. Sorry, I woke up.
It's okay. It's okay. We're just gonna give you a little bit of grief for almost being late.
No, all planned. Anyway, here's Corroder. He's on fire now because he's your average gamer. If he touches water, he ignites on fire. As well, she grabbed an invisibility ring there. That's going to let her turn invisible. I know, very, very complicated stuff. It's going to come really handy in later, though, when she needs to avoid a subordinate when she really needs to get some puzzles. But Corroder's pretty easy to avoid for the most part, but there is some slight RNG and some strategies as well. I imagine you're probably going to want to focus on these dodges, so I'll just explain them. The idea here is by gliding into the wall and waiting for the attack, she's able to throw the water goes to the wall, and he's on fire again. If you try rushing that too early, you'll actually get a knockdown, which makes it really rough because he can chain hit you, he can combo. We're actually going to be doing another dodge right, and there's like 3 dodges in a row you have to do, and they're all, 2 of them are easy, 1 of them's hard. So this is the second of the easy ones. What she's going to do is she's going to wait outside the door, he comes in, and then, hey look, you just run through him because collision doesn't exist through doors. So he just sort of has the wind taken out of his sails. However, he keeps wanting to jump scare you, as you can see there. We're going to get one more right now, and this is the harder one. It feels like it's more RNG than actual strat, but we'll see how it goes.
There is actually a way you can get through here without using a water at all, but I'm just going to be safe.
Yeah. But it's more like an RNG thing. If you're using water, that works out perfectly then. All right, never mind. That's never mind. Run.
This is fine. This is fine. This is fine.
All right, it worked out. You can see it did his butt slam attack, which he has the moves of an amateur wrestler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ideally, when he goes through that doorway, you can actually slip past him using that collision only doesn't exist in doorways. And that is very hard to do because it's very, like, you have all but 2 seconds to do it. But because he just rushes you and tries to rush you down and push you over, trying to even just hit him with the holy water there is difficult.
Yeah, the dodge, if you end up going for it, is more RNG. It's definitely the better route for marathon, in all honesty. Keeps it a lot safer.
Until he just, rushes me down and I miss 2. The holy water is supposed to be a lock-on attack. As you saw there, I just missed twice.
They can't all be winners.
Yeah. Alyssa gets it most of the time, just apparently not when I'm doing a marathon run. I'm just going to try not to fall. I have fallen on the last plank multiple times here. Just because you have to come at the last plank at a very specific angle to not get dropped into the sewer below. Okay. So we got the special item, the shawl, which is the special item for the ghost grandma. So I don't think you do this in this next one, but you actually get the arrow here now. Which is a little difficult. Because as you can see, I'm about to panic. So I have to be very, very careful, and I gotta just hope I get the timing on this. I'm just slamming the triangle button right now.
Alright, so it probably seems like the Japanese speedrunners probably changed the route a little bit. I didn't even know about that arrow, actually.
Yeah. When I asked you, I think it was a couple months ago, whether or not some of these arrows could get routed in, this was the one I was talking about, because it's so close.
Gotcha.
But yeah, now we are just, since we got the special item for this area, the shawl, now we're going to do the Corroder boss fight. In fact, if you want to describe how much of a wisdom tooth this guy is for me.
Mash triangle, you'll see.
Yeah.
Or not even mash, rhythmically tap it.
But just how much of a wisdom tooth this guy is. He's just...
Yeah. Before I even start talking about the fight here, the fights were changed quite a lot because, more runners coming in, more people want to try things. And a lot of the Japanese speedrunning community actually routing the bosses slightly different. There you go. See, the instant refill. Anyway, Corroder sucks because he's one of the first bosses that really amps things up hard. So for one, he has very long range attacks because he's using acid. 2, he actually can dodge your attacks, and you need to get a 6 binding, so you have to get the full tail on it. If you don't have that tail, it won't bind him, so you need to get the tail. This fight's RNG because you're essentially going on audio cue. If he's saying, oh god, what's the line again?
There she is.
There she is. Yep, okay. Yeah. I'm listening to the whole game without audio, so I can never, wait, what was the line again? That's right. But if you hear there she is, you're going to be getting a long range attack that travels. Once you have a binding, any other attack works. However, if he does say there she is, you can still fire early enough to kind of stun him. So it kind of becomes this thing where you want to make sure you get a spirit bomb early enough, but not too early or late, because if you get too early, you're not going to kill him immediately and then he'll be freed. But also, if you get it too late, you're doing too much damage and he won't be dead. So somewhere in the middle. Anyway, chat, lend her your energy. Here's the second spirit bomb. Each boss is roughly going to be getting 1.
Oh, yeah. Maybe so many there she is.
That's actually pretty good right now. If he dies from this, you actually have a really good fight. Because you don't want to have too little. Because if you don't get any, then you just get an early binding, and then you're just going back to more bindings. You have to be careful.
Nope, he's not dead.
We also haven't seen him much, and I hope I'm not going to jinx it. But he has the ability to move right and left as you're firing these, which it doesn't look like he is.
There he is.
All right, good fight. Yeah, he didn't dodge at all. Good stuff.
Yeah, sometimes if you get lucky enough, Alyssa doesn't actually have to move. You can start and finish the fight in the same spot. But only if you get lucky. Okay, now that we have finished the boss fight for the area, we don't have to worry about anything. It's just smooth sailing to go deliver the shawl to the grandma ghosty. With her... Oh, that was not the button I meant to hit. With her eyes. If you know, you know. So... Yep. So, after this, in my opinion, the run gets a little dicier outside of the boss fights. So, not including the boss fights, to me, it's pretty smooth sailing if you're not including, the Corroder boss. But starting from here on, it gets a little dicey.
Also, people have noticed the bunny behind you. The animals behind Miss Scarlet are bunnies and chinchillas.
Yes. The white one is Tally. The gray one, who you can only sort of see, is Garrus. They are very cute, and they have their own dedicated webcam on my stream. So if you want to see more bunnies, you should give me a Twitch follow. And the chinchillas, I occasionally show off. They're in their very, very large enclosure behind me. So I just picked up another lavender water for safety. I'm sort of loaded on lavender waters. I don't want to jinx myself, but
honestly, better to have more than none.
Yeah, I looked up where every single lavender water is located in the game and just made sure to remember where all of the safety ones are. Just because Chopper, which is the subordinate that's coming up in a second here, it's annoying. And there's quite a few times where I might have to use those safety lavenders. Alright, so I picked up a key. We're gonna go to the door to use the key. But unlike last time where we spent a good breezy few minutes without any subordinates, yeah, this one throws them at you immediately. Everybody say hi to Chopper. Chopper has axes. He likes to chop things. We don't want him to chop things. So we're gonna run away.
That's a lot safer of a route than I expected. Which is good, because you're not going to be eating the hit.
Yeah, I take that route just because...
No, I get it. The other route, for reference, is you run directly through him, and he has a chance to do a 360 attack, which will knock you down. And then he will infinite you by jumping at you. A scary jumping.
Mm-hmm. We don't like scary jumping. Game. Yeah, we don't like scary jumping. Not when I'm doing a marathon run. Okay, so one thing that can trip you up in this area is remembering which area, like which level of the elevator to go to. Please don't be behind. Okay, good. Sometimes he can appear in front of you instead of behind you. Thankfully, that's only ever happened to me so far twice, I think, is having him appear in front of me.
I didn't know we could do it for this one.
Yeah, no, he can. It happened to me last night.
Oh.
Okay, so I just got rubber gloves, and we are on B1. We now need to go to B2. Yeah, the hard part is remembering which items are on which level and which order to go into the into each level. Okay. So we're gonna get a little bit of a jump scare in a second here. Hi.
So the whole gimmick here as well is that you have to solve a lot of puzzles, which requires you to go to different areas so you can do the whole grand thing. The ultimate goal is unlock a door and have the door powered on because it's an electric lock.
Yes. So we got the crowbar, which we're going to need to open a vent thing in a second here. But first we need to go do a puzzle, because it's a horror game, and horror games like puzzles. Because the subordinates are very polite. They will wait for you to finish your puzzle.
They like to have a little bit of fun.
Okay, let's see if I get this first try. Okay, I got first try. Sometimes I've gotten tripped up there because of the input lags that this game sometimes has.
Yep.
And clicked on the wrong thing.
Also, the elevator, the way I always remember it. Oh, hey, good RNG.
Yeah. I've gotten RNG where he's like almost at the level of the door before. Like coming down the door hallway. The problem with that is
you don't know you're gonna get that because you can't predict that. So what happens, you try running down, and it's like, where is he? You either wait longer or you just get hit.
Yeah.
And now you got the checkpoint, so even if you die, you're now checkpointed, thank God.
Oh, is that where the checkpoint is?
Yep, I died here recently, and I was like, where is this I had to go all the way back? No, okay, cool, checkpoint's there, good.
Actually, I think I remember that. I think I was actually watching your stream when that happened.
Another ghost puzzle, really difficult. You have to return the glasses to a man. A ghost lost his glasses. Where are you? Right there.
Yeah, he's directly behind his glasses. He lost his glasses and just, I guess, died because he lost his glasses.
He just didn't look very hard, I don't think.
Yeah. It was just just dies because he can't find his glasses. His glasses are 5 feet away. Okay, so one thing that's going to be... I'm going to try not to use any more of the holy water. I'm going to see if I can pull it off. If I have to, I'll use it, but... Okay. I was mashing the X button there to try and get into the door trigger as quickly as possible, because that axe that he throws at you will knock you down. Okay. So now we're going back to floor 1, because I picked up card key, and we gotta go use the card key, but not yet. Because I have messed this up before. You do not go right to the card key door yet. You have to turn the power back on first. Have you ever messed that one up?
Less that one, and what I tend to do is I tend to forget the elevator routing sometimes, and if you do, it's big time loss.
Yeah. Okay, don't be in front of me. Don't be... Oh, juice!
Oh, there's bad RNG.
Yeah, I got the bad RNG there. That's only happened to me a
Also, did you
handful of
grab
times.
the other invisibility ring or no?
No, I just grabbed the one. I meant to grab the other one, and then I forgot about it.
Ah, alright. Because I always
This
love
is
grabbing that
fine.
one. It's a nice one.
This is fine. This is what I have a second lavender water backup for. Yeah, I'm just gonna use it here. I don't want to risk it. Yeah, I would have panicked there if I hadn't used that. So if he had been behind me instead of in front of me, I would have been able to get through there without using lavender water at all. Because you can't just run past him there most of the time. Okay. So, do you guys like extendo arms? This is my favorite instance of extendo arms. So there's an arrow underneath the door. Come on, Alyssa. There she goes. Yeah, Alyssa just picked up an arrow through the stairs from about, I don't want to say like 10 feet away. Because Alyssa has the longest arms. Yeah, she has extendo arms. You sort of saw it earlier when I opened a door in the corroder section. But sometimes Alyssa just picks things up with her mind. It's fine. So ignore the really fake sounding baby cry. And time for the boss fight against Chopper already. But wait, we don't have a significant item. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, sure it's fine. I'm offended I didn't know about this little hack on the boss fight.
So this boss fight, we're hitting the first of 2 chopper fights. This is RNG for a different reason. So the goal of this fight's not to win, it's to get a spirit bomb. Isn't that winning? Yes and no. So a spirit bomb will do a lot of damage. You just need to get the spirit bomb, because then he'll reject it and send you to hell, I guess. I guess this is the graveyard dimension. Yeah, either way, the idea behind this is that you just need to get the bindings. So you can get it anywhere from 3 or 5. You actually want to try to get a counter hit.
I cannot believe. I cannot believe.
Also, for Lana, that would be the time.
Huh?
Right about here?
Yep.
Amazing. Okay, so Miss Scarlet, now we're going to take a quick little break where we're going to get our stretches in, our hydration in, our happy little our moment in, and bunny time for Miss Scarlet to go check on the bunnies, all that. But I hope y'all are enjoying the run so far. We're going to take a short little wellness break here, and we'll catch you right after that. Just a reminder as well that your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick, both with Hotfix and with a GDQ 2023 costs. So hey, please consider subscribing if you enjoy our daily GDQ content, and we're happy to have you around. All right, so we're going to take our short break here. Stick around, because we'll catch you for more Clock Tower 3 right after this. Bye! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to She is Speed. We are back from our little break here, and we have been playing through Clock Tower 3 with Miss Scarlett Tanager. So just a reminder, if you are watching on YouTube, make sure to go to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you are interested in looking at our live content. It starts weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. So you get some fun speedruns every day of the week. It's definitely not a miss. All right, so I won't keep y'all any longer. I'll let Miss Scarlett take it back away with the last half of Clock Tower 3.
Alrighty then. So we just defeated Chopper. Sort of. I mean, he more defeated us than us defeating him, because Chopper's kind of rude. So now we are in the actual, real, like, Chopper subordinate section of the game, and we actually have to try and find his quote-unquote special item. His isn't a single person's item, it's sort of like a collective item, and I'm just picking up this lavender water for safety because I used one earlier that I didn't expect to. This one is fairly puzzle heavy. Sadly, one of the puzzles you have to do while actively being chased, which is kind of annoying, but this first one you thankfully do not. And because I didn't have to refill my holy water earlier, I can just use these two here to activate the first of the two puzzle areas, which is kind of nice. Okay. So this area is, I just call it the ruder puzzle because we're gonna be dealing with some rude girls here. It's a clock tower joke. Because Ek, you know the story better than me. Do you want to explain it a bit?
All right, story simplified. Let's see. You were told not to come home. You're dumb, so you come home. However, your opponent's dumber and doesn't capitalize on that. Anyway, the plot of the game is your grandfather wants to eat your heart. And he ate the hearts of plenty of other young girls because he gets magical powers from this. It's a tale as old as time, you know. Anyway, all these women died because they had their hearts eaten, so they're angry now. So you have to make them less angry.
Yes.
In doing so, this puzzle is just attach the sigils to the proper graves, which, you know, it's colored. Blue, blue, red, red, yellow, yellow. And right now they're unmatched. However, you can only carry one at a time, so that's why these ghosts are angry.
They don't like me touching their stones. I'm gonna do it, because it's a puzzle. Yeah, and the reason I call them rude girls, is because the magical girls in this game are literally called rooters. So they are actually rude girls. Okay, cool. Yeah, you put the red one to the red ghost, the blue one to the blue ghost, and the yellow one to the yellow ghost? No, yes, it is yellow. I always forget if it's yellow or green. Oh, I forgot to pick up the arrow.
You can get it on the way back.
Yeah, that's fair.
You missed both blue and I guess you haven't gone for this one yet.
Yeah, no, I haven't. Now, this is the order I do them in. I don't know if there's a better order, but it's the order I know.
I should go middle, return, right, mid, left, right. Get the first one back, left.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I go
honestly,
middle.
It's all muscle memory at this point.
Yeah, I don't think there's a couple ways you can do it. It's just, why am I going in here? I don't have to go in here. Yeah, because it's just, you're just trying to match them up and just do it the faster way.
Also, if you're wondering, no, that's not the GDQ audio. No, that's not a mosquito in your house. That's the game's music. It just sounds like that. I don't know why.
Because reasons. Yeah, the high-pitched
Yep.
Because somebody at Capcom, and yes, this is a Capcom game, decided that was the music they wanted to have. So just for funsies. Alright, so this one that I left up here, in order to give me the room to, like, properly shuffle around all of the stones. Now we're gonna come back and pick that up. And I have 2 left. I'll be fine. And now we just have to go give the last ghosty the last stone. And then that'll be this area done. Is this one going to be nice to me? Oh, it's nice to me. They're not always nice to you. If they're in your way, you have to, for the most part, hit them with the holy water. There is a way to dodge around them, I think. Like, I've seen it, but as for actually doing it, it's not really worth it to try and go for it. Because these ghosts can kill you. They may not be a subordinate, but they can. And actually, it happened to me while I was practicing on stream yesterday.
Yeah.
It's less than ideal. Alright, so I'm just gonna turn that back on and go pick up some holy water, because we're gonna need it. Alright, ready for my least favorite part of the game?
Alright, so this is the fun one here. This is the really big one. This is arguably the hardest stalker section in the game. If one of 2, if not the hardest. I would say it's probably the hardest. Why might be you asking?
Yeah, what's the other one that you think's harder? Or that's as hard? Really?
Yep,
really?
If you're doing that with perfect strat, it's ridiculous.
Oh, okay. But please
in the castle, not normal castle.
Oh, okay.
So the reason why this is hard is you noticed she had to use 2 of her holy waters. She's gonna have to use 2 more for the return, but she also needs 1 for her puzzle. Meaning you have to avoid a stalker the whole time without using one of the main mechanics of the game, that the game kind of relies on it. I mean, if you really wanted to play it safe, I think the shack has a refill of holy water, but it loses way too much time to go there.
Yeah. But the thing is, the game will automatically, lock on to the stalker over a puzzle element if it's too close to you.
Yeah.
So, why don't you go ahead and explain what I'm doing here?
Yeah. So this is why Miss Scarlet ended up getting all these items, which... Alright, she used the invisibility ring. This is going to allow her to be invisible, she'll avoid the moths, and she'll avoid Chopper. Hopefully with the earlier usage, Chopper won't even show up, which could be ideal if that's the case. It's a bit RNG, but there's 3 lion heads, and they have different amounts of eyes. The answer is simple, 1, 2, 3. Meaning you just push that. Also, that might be a smarter strat if you could... Nope, there he is. Never mind.
Nope, there he is. Sometimes I've noticed doing it from the earliest possible moments, it tends... Oh, that was unlucky. It tends to get him to show up a little bit later, a lot of the time. Can you, not, Chopper? Can you not? Yep, panicking. This is fine.
So remember all that stuff we've been grabbing? The lavender, the invisibility ring, the sigil stone, everything? Yeah, this is why.
It's all for this.
Yeah. You don't have any way of getting rid of him. You have to just do the puzzle. And then you have to throw water on the center platform, while also keeping him far away enough to where it won't automatically lock onto him. All right?
Okay.
Now comes the part where we have to run back to that entrance after grabbing this tablet.
Got it.
He does look like in a good position where it won't be too dangerous. Grabbing the second invisibility ring can also help here, but depending on how you do it, all depends. Because every time you use an item, you do lose time in theory, but, it makes it safer.
Now I just have to I have to get there, get to the end without him catching up to me enough where he knocks me over, and
you're good at this point.
We're good. I got there. On that second bend, I got caught on the graveyard, on the gravestones.
Oh.
And he caught up to me. So he can catch you there.
Another big thing as well is just the throws are good, and then melee attacks obviously are bad.
Yes. Because the throws are easy to dodge, and and the windup for them is quite long. And, when he's throwing it, he's stationary, so you can put more distance between you and him. Because I can't remember exactly the speed of each one of them, but Chopper is definitely faster than Alyssa.
Oh yeah.
I don't think Sledgehammer is.
No, he's pretty slow.
Yeah. I can't remember if Corroder is slower or faster. but Chopper and the Scissor Twins, which is the next pair of subordinates, definitely faster. All right, time for the part that makes me go cross-eyed. All right, so now we're going to get the actual like special significant item for the ghost. Now, in a previous cutscene that I skipped, we saw a whole bunch of Rooter ghosts, so a whole bunch of Root Girl ghosts that I think they were all killed by Chopper specifically. Now we need to get their special item, their collective special item, which is this old Rooter arrow that I'm going to be picking up in just a second here. Now, once we have this, that means, hey, we're going straight to the boss fight, which is going to be fine. This fight coming up here in burrows tend to give me the hardest time. But first, if you have a little bit of hard time with like wibble wobble camera effects, you may want to look away for a second.
Oh no, it's breaking apart. I know one of the runners of this game has said if he ever dies in this section, he will quit running this game.
I have died here, okay? Shush!
Well, he's been grinding the game for so long now, and like, he's had record before. He's grinded. He got it a backup for GDQ. So it's like, if I die here, I swear to God, I'm gonna quit the game. I'm like, all right, I get it, man, I get it.
All right. So since we have the significant item for the specific subordinate, we now finally get to actually fight him as soon as the game decides it wants to load. All right, here we go. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I did know about the triangle thing way back when I was in high school, and I just forgot about it over the years.
All right, so let's talk really quick about this boss fight, because this one's going to be a little bit different. This will be the first fight where we're actually using a green arrow. By using the green arrow for a counterattack, that's going to bait him into throwing the axe. Reflecting the axe actually does a lot of damage and stuns him for a moment. This whole fight is going to be getting a 6-bind charge to get the binding on, and also whenever he is about to throw an axe, binding it back. Now, if you want to reflect an axe, all you need is a 3 charge. 3 charges are normally the standard for knockback, while 6 is a standard bind for most bosses. Remember, but Ictaisis, earlier you said, but I can get a 5 charge only on 2 bosses. Every other boss is 6. So right now it's a combination of doing damage and getting spirit bombs. Mrs. Scarlet has been doing amazing during this fight. I believe he should be going down maybe 1 more binding.
Nah, 1 more.
All right.
Oh no!
Still gets it. All right, lend her your energy, chat. It's coming down.
He did the double axe throw right.
He did. Also, all right, y'all know a fun fact about that boss?
Yes.
Okay, I love this one. Did you know that he can hit himself with his own axe?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I've had it happen once back before doing this route, because before you would just dodge and hope to God you avoid him. If he hits a wall with the axe and he's, on the other side of that wall,
yeah,
he can bounce it into himself. So if you get him onto a grave and he throws an axe, he just hits himself and it's hilarious.
That's beautiful.
You will almost never get it, but I've had it once and it was hilarious.
That's great. Okay, so we have put all of the rude girls to rest. They are no longer rude. And now we have to deal with the... So y'all like Clock Tower, right? Y'all know the not quite titular ghost of Clock Tower, but the most recognizable, like, subordinate of Clock Tower or stalker.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys like Scissormen? Well, now we get 2 of them. Welcome to the Scissor Twins. And just like Chopper, they have 2 distinct areas, so they have 2 like little mini dungeons.
Also, it was asked, I'll answer really quick. The Spirit Bomb attack only happens if you have enough bindings. If you have enough and you meet the requirements, it will happen automatically, but you have to have the bindings.
Yes.
It's auto-aim though, so if you have it, you'll get it.
Yes.
But you have to earn it.
Yeah. And it's sort of based off of angles, number of tethers, which is the little like glowy yellow things it takes to actually do the spirit bomb attack. The lowest number I think you can get, the attack is 3. And it's based off of, like, the angles of the tethers to the enemy. So you see me mostly staying in one position and just firing like mad. That's just because it's faster than running around the character and trying to get them in position to do the tether from 3 distinct angles, etc., etc. And it does more damage, and most of the subordinates, except for the first one, take more than just one spirit bomb to take down. So more damage is good. So I picked up a looking glass. So the Scissor Twins, which is the subordinates of this area, they each have their own distinct areas. Thankfully, you never have to deal with them together. Could you imagine? But they don't start chasing you until just now. So this is gonna be fine. Hello, Ralph! I absolutely had a crush on this man when I was in high school. Don't judge me. Alright. So we're actively being chased right now. We are being chased by Jemima, who is the female twin, on this side of the mirror world. We are being chased by Ralph, who is the male twin on the other side. Yes, I'm aware of Jemima. I am, in fact, here. You're correct. Okay. So where I picked up the looking glass, there was a locked cabinet. I just unlocked that cabinet on the other side, which is great. But the downside is, oh, why are you like this? Why? Why are you like this, Jemima? Why? I'm just gonna, this is fine. This is fine. Okay. She decided she didn't want to leave the room.
Jemima's kind of weird as an enemy because she does do a lot of damage, but she's actually the easiest subordinate to dodge in the game because all of her attacks are very telegraphed and she attacks so slowly that you will always be about just run out of range of whatever she's doing.
Yeah.
With one or two minor
casually
exceptions.
hit her through a wall. Yeah, when you pick up that key, if she's close enough to you, you can just spam triangle and you'll just hit her through the wall. Alright. So now we get to deal with Ralph. So why do you have such a hard time? Oh no, you said it was the castle Ralph you have a hard time with.
Yep. And that's if you're going for the most ideal strat.
Yeah. Which I probably won't be.
And I'll describe what the dilemma with him is when we get to there. Yeah, here you barely see Ralph. You actually end up avoiding him early because you don't activate the mirror until you've already had the item go through the mirror, and most of the stuff for Ralph requires you to be on the other side of the mirror, so just, oh hey, there we go. Yep. Nice and easy.
Alright, so I picked up these 3 labeled keys. We're going to use them to open up a room that has a portal to the actual final dungeon. Oh, Ralph, why are you like this?
He'll turn around, but then he'll just do a big swing in the back of your head.
Yeah. Yeah, he tried. I'm just kind of surprised I didn't get panicked from that. Okay. So this is a door lock.
Right.
Oh. Time for the fun part. Why don't you explain what's going to happen here?
Yeah, so hey, look, there's a sigil. So now you can make your way to the final dungeon boss of the game, whatever you want to call it. Refilling the holy water is going to be good because you're going to need a lot of it. This actually might be the last refill of the game, depending on how it's managed. If not, there'll be one more, so.
Yeah. Usually I'm able to get through with that being the last one, but we'll see if Ralph cooperates.
So this is the one of the hardest sections of the game that I talked about. It's between this and Chopper. This one you can play safer, though, which is why technically it's not as bad, and it really depends on how much water usage you want to do. If you're doing no water usage, it's ridiculous. If you're doing some water usage, it's pretty manageable.
Can you do no water usage?
You have to do at least one.
Oh, okay.
So the big thing here is that when you're going to that first door coming on up, Ralph is going to chase you. And the door is not going to be open, it's going to be locked. And you need to unlock it with water. So, Ralph is running after you, and let's see the strategy Miss Scarlet takes. She's going for a very risky strategy, actually. She is trying to get the hits. She might be going for the, let's see. I don't think she got it, but that was a good attempt. The idea behind the strategy is by throwing water at the door, you can actually double hit. You hit Ralph and you hit the door. And then that'll allow
I managed it yesterday.
Yep. It is very difficult. It is like world record pace strats that you have to get it if you want to go for that. But
I just got
even
used
still,
to doing it. I've just gotten used to doing it at this point.
Yeah.
Because that's what I practiced.
But it's not over yet. You still do have the whole other section. I still count this as one long Ralph section. You look at all these weird statues, get to do some arrow collecting. But most importantly, you're going to be having a item you have to grab up here. I did learn there's actually a safety strat if you just go to the evade point. However, that's an evade point. You don't want to use it. Ideally, you want to be able to talk to the note, get the information, and just not deal with Ralph. And it looks like you're taking a more aggressive stance in the water. Yeah.
For safety, I'm gonna, just because I don't want to have to deal with him coming back down the stairs.
All right, then. The very, very safe strat.
It's a marathon.
Yep.
It's a marathon, and Ralph can be a bit annoying because of how fast he is. Jemima is much, much, much more manageable. Alright, now I used the little evade point here, and the actual cutscene of the evade point is that he falls off the cliff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, again, it's been so long since I've actually watched these cutscenes. Alright. So you see that there's a big, red, pretty binding arrow back there. We're not actually going to grab that because it's too far and it's slow. But we are going to grab the green one. Alright, so the entire point of this section of the game is you need to collect and place 3 crests, an A, N, and D crest. You know, Alyssa, the character we're playing, Nancy, her mother, and Richard, D. Which happens to coincide with the names of the grandfather, granddaughter, and daughter that used to own this super spooky clock tower mansion. I mean, it hasn't turned into the clock tower yet, but it's eventually going to turn into the clock tower.
Oh, it's already at the top.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, you just can't really get up there yet.
Yeah, you just can't get up there yet.
Also, fun fact, D-A-N, Dan.
Oh! In my splits, it's A-N-D, and?
And. But yeah, no, it's a slight reference to the original clock tower. Yeah, slight reference. Yeah. No real relation barring that. But yeah, Dan Barrows.
Dan Barrows is the... Don't tell me. Dan is the orphan meatbag.
Yes.
Yes, okay. From the original Clock Tower game.
Also, I know you've been avoiding it out of politeness, but yes, it's the exact name you're thinking. Dick is short for Richard. His name is Dick Hamilton.
Yes.
But my favorite part is that the final boss's name is Lord Burroughs, and he's combined with a guy named Dick Hamilton. So combining their name is... I'll let you fill in the blank.
Yeah. Yep. It's fine.
It's Richard Burroughs.
Alright, we got the first crest, the A crest. We're just gonna run through Jemima because collision doesn't exist in doorways. And I think I should be able to get through here with just the one. Oh, I have to click a thing there. Yeah, I should be able to get through here. Yeah. I forget things sometimes, don't judge me.
You might want to refill. This is
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
One throw for the getting to the N crest and one throw for back.
Nope.
All right.
This is fine. You don't actually have to throw holy water going in.
For which one?
The bookshelf.
Oh, let's see it.
I don't always make the dodge, but made it. It's fine.
Oh yeah. Good to know.
Yeah. I found that out from watching the from watching the world record. I watched that back and went, "Oh, he doesn't throw holy water there."
Makes sense.
Now, coming back, I'm gonna throw it. Just for safety because it's a little bit of a tight squeeze. I know you can do it without, but I don't want to risk. I don't want to risk that dodge. All right, so we got the second crest, which is the N crest for Nancy or the other lady that I can never remember her name. Yeah, we're still technically being chased by Jemima, but she can't come into this area because it is technically a puzzle area, and the subordinates are nice like that. All right. So it looks like Jemima has gone away, right? Yeah, no.
There you are!
There you So what are their names in Japanese? Because I think they have different names, the twins.
I don't even remember, in all honesty, but I do know they have different names. But they're much more serious, but I don't remember because Ralph and Jemima are just hilarious to me. They're
just great. They're much more campy in the English version. All right, now we officially don't have to worry about the stalkers anymore. At least in terms of like the stalkery, chasing you downness. All right, time for the fun part. And by fun part, I mean lots and lots of suits of armor with instant kill axes. Oh. Yeah, sometimes you can accidentally hit start too many times. It's fine. All right, now we're just going to be skipping a bunch of cutscenes here where Alyssa realizes, oh no, my grandfather's a bad guy. Even though she probably should have realized that sooner than this. So weirdly enough, some of the notes in this game are actually considered cutscenes because they have voice acting along with them. Which it takes a little bit to remember because you can't use triangle to skip them if it's a cutscene note. So the Scissor Twins have, at this point in the game's bonkers story, they have captured Discount Ronald Weasley, and now we must go save Discount Ronald Weasley. I'm sure he's going to be fine. Oh, right, I forgot to put the Preston. Oops. Yeah. All right, so all of the statues have come to life in here now. Which is fine, except for the fact that if they hit you, it's an instant death. Except for the fact that I still have that sigil stone.
I have my one contribution to the game's route here.
What is it?
I invented the strategy of just running through the nights, which sounds very easy because it's literally caveman work. But yeah, before that, people waited. But yeah, you can run through the nights very early. I don't recommend you do it because you already...
Yeah, you can. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Right, it's an immediate death if you get hit. This is the only one-shot kill in the game. But also, it's reliant on the moment that you enter that room, you have to be moving perfectly.
Yeah.
So any input drop, any bonk, anything, you're just not going to be able to make it.
No.
But yeah, that's how I beat the old world record holder, and then everyone beat me.
I don't think the current world record uses it.
It's risky.
Yeah. Just because it's so risky, because usually in an actual run, you don't grab that sigil stone in the beginning. And if you do the fast strat there and you don't have a sigil stone and you bonk anything, runs dead.
How do you know a sigil stone could protect against that? I thought it was just game over, you die.
No, yeah, it can.
Cool.
And I know that because it happened while I was practicing yesterday. I got smacked. And it doesn't even cause her to slow down or anything. She just runs straight through the axe. Alright, now we have to do it again. Because we just went in a big loop where Alyssa found the Scissor Twins, but oh no! Discount Ron Weasley is still in trouble. And Alyssa fell down a broken floor or something? Again, it's been a while since I watched the cutscenes.
Yeah, the stairs crumbles and then it just breaks.
Oh, there you go. You just saw it.
Oh.
I just used the sigil stone on accident because I went too quick.
In fairness, you don't need it anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was intended
to show off the sigil stone. So that little, like...
Wait, if you had the sigil stone, you should have just gone for it then.
Yeah, but I prefer to keep it as long as possible just in case. Because I knew that second run was coming up.
No, I mean for the second one, you should have just went for it.
What do you mean?
Because nothing would happen after that.
Oh, right. I'm being safe. It's a marathon. It's a marathon. Heck, leave me alone.
Alrighty, so what's better than one boss fight? Two boss fights.
Sigh. You want to explain this?
Yep. We have two boss fights. We have the wackiest sounding song in the game that's going to last very little. This is going to be Scissor Woman Jemima's fight. It's easy. She is the weakest enemy in the game. Why? Because she kind of changes the gimmick, but it's really easy to just play around her. Normally, whenever you aim the arrow, it auto-aims. Also, I'll mention another factor in Ralph's fight, but what Miss Scarlet's going to do is she can aim in this one spot with the green arrow, and then Jemima will eat the green arrow. Then she'll aim in another spot with the green arrow, and Jemima will eat the green arrow. Oh, hey, Jemima's dead. There, it's done. So, talking about the actual mechanic that why her fight's different. Her fight is supposed to be the only one in the game that doesn't include auto-aim on the arrow. Every other fight will normally aim towards the boss, and then you're able to hit them easier. However, Jemima has manual aiming for the most part. I don't know why she's the only one. As well as using the extra arrow she got earlier to stun Ralph, because Ralph can be pretty aggressive, and Ralph is actually one of the meaner fights of the game as well in terms of sheer aggression. He's going to keep going yaha and firing ranged stuff at you.
Oh, can you not?
Ralph's also weird because he's one of the only enemies in the game that has this mechanic. The mechanic is Ralph can be counter hit, and you can get a 5-bind on him. He has the 6-bind rule, but you can actually 5-bind him. Also, more importantly, we haven't talked about this at all, but I bet you're wondering, hey, can you aim? No, you can't aim. Wherever you pick, you're firing. Once you're locked in, you're locked in, even if they move, which is why people like Kuroda are such a pain.
Since I missed the green arrows early, I'm having to do this fight the slow way because I need. Oh, there we go. I need to save the arrows for later, and it's annoying.
So in the future, just to help out with this fight, because with the green arrows, I'm gonna start doing that next round in this game. But for now, a 3-bind will knock him back, which is very ideal, and then you'll buy enough time for a 5-bind. Getting a 5-bind the moment he swings will get you a binding, actually. It'll get straight up just one of the 5 bindings you need, and then obviously the 6 hits as you're doing now. He's gonna die very soon.
Yeah. I just got greedy. I just got greedy and I messed up the green arrows.
Are you doing 5 binds? You need a 6-bind for...
Yeah, I remember. You were mentioning 5 and 6 binds and I got confused.
Yeah,
That's a super slow way. It's fine.
I mean, he's dying either way.
Yeah, he's dead either way. It's fine.
Yeah, so that's the weird thing.
Go on.
Just 6 binding will get the regular binding, but a counter hit can lead to 5. You're not normally going to get that, though. You get that on the first one, that's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, look, a clock tower in a clock tower game. It only took, like, what, an hour and 20 minutes or so?
Something like that. Yeah, now we just have to go all the way up. There's no monsters here. I don't think that you can even die. This is just run to the final fight. Yep. Though I did find a bug here, actually. It was either yesterday or the day before. So the gear section, we'll see in a second here, but Alyssa's gonna be like crawling underneath a bunch of gears. I actually got stuck. Like I actually got stuck, and she unstuck herself and sort of teleported a couple feet when I let go of all the buttons.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the gear section I was talking about. So I'm just gonna pick up that binding arrow. We're gonna need it. We're just gonna casually crawl underneath these. This is literally just a run to the final fight. And the final fight is, I used an extra green arrow. I didn't mean to. Oh, yep. Alyssa, please. Okay. I used an extra green arrow during the Ralph fight that I didn't mean to use, which could be bad.
If it's a green arrow,
yeah, it was a green arrow.
It shouldn't be too bad. You just have to get a full binding.
Yeah.
Or you might have to do 1 or 2 more shots.
Yeah. I do get an extra green arrow here. I do get this green arrow. but yeah, theoretically you should be able to get through Ralph with just 1 green arrow. 2 if you're trying to be safe. I think I used 3 and still screwed it up anyway. Alright, I can skip cuts. I always forget to skip these 2 little cutscenes here. I don't know why, just because I guess my brain doesn't expect them to be there. I'm just gonna pick this up. Oh yeah, chat's talking about my bunnies again. Hello, there are bunnies. They're very cute.
Alright, so I'm going to hype things up a little bit here. The final boss is so difficult. Anytime I ever watch anyone do this game casually, there's a giant 30 minutes per attempt. The idea is most players in this game don't really learn the game's learning curve, which is the bindings. Most people just kind of stick to maybe charging the arrows, but they don't realize you can get the spirit bombs as much. So some players don't even do that. So they just continuously pelt down the final boss with all their items and just tiny arrows. That does minimal damage.
This is the only fight in the game where the boss can bind you.
That too. He has your mechanic, and more importantly, he also has a second health bar. This fight's actually really easy because it's the most consistent fight in the game. However, he has a lot of health, and you need not 1, not 2, but 3 spirit bombs. Also, look how much faster that is. Now you can skip all that.
Also, I'm a magical girl now.
Yep. So the strategy here is going to be listening out for the phrase "Waha," and then getting a 5 charge binding whenever he throws purple binding at you. So counterattacking here is going to be the idea. And actually, back to the first boss of the game, he can be binded by 5 by default. So right now we're on. We'll see how this goes.
It's fine.
You're kind of just starting from 1 again.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This boss may be easy, quote unquote, but it is a lot of things you gotta get right.
Oh, the main thing is he's consistent. That's the big thing.
Yeah, he's consistent. He's consistent, but it can go wrong. Oh, I did 6 there on accident. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I forgot to count how many bind. Yeah, I forgot to count how many bind. Yeah, I wanted to make sure you can actually count the. Alright, so there's a problem with the runners here, and it happens to everyone. 1, you're counting out the bindings in your head, but you're also counting out how many you put on him. Once you get 5, you do the spirit bomb, and then you can go to phase 2, which the game gets a lot more fun. You're going to see why it goes so fast. And now we can start talking again. That, but whatever.
We'll see. Anyway, definitely a bit more of a risky strat here, but you might need the damage anyway if you're behind on an arrow. So we get the binding, and now Miss Scarlet's going to run behind him. She's not going to unload all the arrows into him. This is going to bind him, knock him back.
I was so used to having the other green arrow.
Can still make it work.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, you can go for things during this.
You can? Well, I didn't want him to hit me. I was trying to be safe with it. It's okay. I have an extra green arrow. It's fine.
You might have to get another one manually then.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm doing this a little bit safer because I don't trust it now.
Right.
Because I really got messed up by using that extra green arrow on Ralph earlier.
That's it.
Oh, cool. Yep, there we go. Oh, arrow, Alyssa, please, thank you. Okay, now I have the proper arrow set up to do it.
Yeah, so the proper arrow...
It's green arrow, red arrow.
Oh, you can... Alright, so fine, alright. It doesn't matter the order you fire. After your first binding, you just need to fire all 3 at once. Green, green, red. Green, green, red. Every time. You'll get it either way as long as you have all 3 of them. But I think you have it now. So you can fire 1 of your arrows.
Yeah.
Alright, so you have probably 1 more spirit bomb here.
Ah, you got me with the sword. I was too close to him when I did the attack. Okay. gonna wait for the yaw.
Yep.
1,
And then
2, 3, 4 for the measure. Regular arrow because I didn't have another. Done.
all right, and then yeah, that should be done with the
Actually
final
supposed to
boss
go.
of the game.
Yeah,
time doesn't come
time-
up here though. It'll come
Yeah,
up
time's
on
gonna
the-
come up
Yep.
at the slowdown, the fade to black in a second here after I do a little bit more maneuvering.
He also tanked 3 spirit bombs, and he's not
Yeah!
dead yet.
Man's a boss. Okay. Just gonna skip those mad moves here. Now you gotta be careful because he can hit you here, but usually he does the like blood attack or one of these attacks, but I have gotten hit by the sword. Alright, time is now. Okay.
Nice.
Little bit messed up on the barrel fight, but I'm okay with that. I'm doing pretty well overall.
Underestimate.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's what counts. Alright, so Alyssa is doing her 6 Sailor Moon moves here. And yes, we forgot to mention that. Yeah, she was fighting her grandfather. That was her grandpa. Grandpa spliced together with the evil lord of the mansion who wanted to use Alyssa's heart to become an entity or an ethereal demon ghost thing that controls subordinates. It's all very complex and all very kooky if you watch the game's actual cutscenes. So I want to use this moment to thank my bunnies for being super cute in the background for everyone. My name is Miss Scarlet Tanager. You guys can follow me over on Twitch. I play a lot of spooky games and occasionally some RPGs and a lot of modded Skyrim. I like to play Kuon, Resident Evil games, Clock Tower obviously. And I would like to also say thank you to Igdisis for helping me so I can concentrate a little bit during those boss fights.
Yeah, no problem.
And the clock tower is just falling apart. The ghost of Alyssa's mother gets to give her a final goodbye. We get to see this weird picture for some reason.
I
The
love
whole
that
mansion falls
picture.
apart. It's the best. It's the best. It just cuts to the super happy family picture as the entire clock tower falls apart. But yeah, that's gonna be it. And I'd like to say thank you, and y'all should play this game. It's pretty good. It's pretty kooky, pretty great.
Amazing. Well, thanks so much to the lovely Miss Scarlet Tanager for that incredible Clock Tower 3 run. I hope it got you all in the mood for the spooky season that is coming up.
Super spooky.
Yeah, we've been enjoying the spooky runs here. All right. So, yes, I really hope that you all had a wonderful time hanging out here, but don't go anywhere because we still have another run that is coming up very shortly. We will be seeing some Lost Nova Any Percent by Selkuth Mind. It is going to be amazing and it will relax you a little bit more out of the spooky mood. If you need to calm down before you go to bed, or if you're just getting up and need to ease into your day, I got you. So once again, just a reminder that your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick, both with our Hotfix and AGDQ 2023 costs. So please consider subscribing if you enjoy our daily GDQ content. So once again, big thanks to Miss Scarlet Tanager for that amazing run. We're going to head on a short break as we get ready for our next run, and we'll catch you right after this.
Rude girl points.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to She Is Speed. I hope that you have all been enjoying your evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time zone you're in. I hope that you've been having a wonderful time. We just finished watching an incredible Clock Tower 3 normal mode run from Miss Scarlet Tanager and her background bunnies, and it was absolutely phenomenal. So next up on the schedule, we have another run coming up from Selkuth Mind, and they will be showing off Lost Nova Any Percent. But first, a couple announcements. So, If you are watching on YouTube, make sure to go to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you're interested in watching our live content. It starts weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. So speedruns to satisfy every single day. Make sure to check us out live. Also coming up soon, we have Fright Fatales, which is a one-day event on October 23rd, which will celebrate the spooky season with dark, scary, or horror-themed speedruns from the Frame Fatales community. So if you want to learn more about that, use !Fright in Twitch chat, and you can learn more about this one-off event that's coming up. I might be playing a little part in it, so you definitely won't want to miss it if you love this show. All right, so as promised, we have another run coming up, and I'll pass it over to Sel to start explaining it for all y'all.
Hello, my name is Silky's Mind, or Sel for short, and I am super excited to be here with Lost Nova. As far as I know, I am the only known runner of this game, so I'm really excited the opportunity to show it off. And even more exciting, I have John Nelson here with me. Do you want to introduce yourself, John?
Hello, it's me. I'm John. I made this game. I'm here to watch. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I am so excited to have the dev here to help with commentary. This is very exciting. I'm also a little bit nervous, so fingers crossed this goes well. I'm thinking of that. I should pull my notes up so I don't get too lost. But yeah, Lost Nova, very cool game. Let's jump into it, and I'll take a minute to explain at the start. Time is going to start in a little bit here. We have a little cutscene first. So, we have Mia. And Mia likes to work really hard. She doesn't like to take vacations. Her friend Quinn, who's the orange text here, has sent her on a vacation, paid for it, trying to tell her to relax, don't think about work. And then something goes wrong with Mia's ship. Her engines, they're super broken. She's gonna have to make an emergency landing. Things are breaking up. Things aren't looking too good. Is Mia gonna be okay? And time is going to start when the screen stops being black. All right.
Go.
She has crashed on this island, or this planet, and she needs to collect glems. Now, glems are these things that different things are breaking. We have several different types of glems. We're only going to see 4 of them in the run. We're going to see flora glems, rock glems, light glems, and paint glems. And we have a fair bit of resource collecting to do. So John, do you want to maybe talk a little bit about the game right off the start here?
Man, I drew those little bushes like 2 years ago. And it's like, I think I like them. I think they're still good.
They're very cute.
So I have right off the bat, I've noticed you're not jumping everywhere. Have you tested an all jumping run? Because when I've watched people play the game, there's a lot of jumping. Is walking faster?
So it
even
is
with the lowest level boots.
It is right now only because you only have 1 battery and every jump takes a full battery. So otherwise it's so long. It's so long to wait for the battery to recharge. That's faster to just walk. We break this poor person's garden. But that's okay because the garden will grow back. It's fine. It's fine.
So that second of dialogue, that's worth it.
Yeah, because those are consistent, really fast to grab.
There's like 5 of them in there.
Not quite sure where I'm going this way, but that's okay. We're kind of semi-improving our path. This here is another resource called cores. It's basically the currency of the game. Very important. We have to work very hard to make sure we get enough of them. That's the stress point of the run. Humans come to the new planet, probably burn all the trees. Kind of. There are
I
people
had
here
that in
before.
mind. There's dialogue that addresses that. Because I made that realization too. Let's crash on this planet and strip it of its resources. No, don't worry. There's a... they grow back fast. That's how it's justified.
Right, so
No
we can
problems.
jump. I did a jump there, which normally there's a tutorial that you're supposed to do to teach you how to jump. We don't need that tutorial. We already know how to do it.
Nah,
And
skip it.
we're going to do this little puzzle here. There's these little puzzles scattered around the world that are just going to teach you, I guess, basic pushing mechanics. And we're going to talk to this fellow here. This is Chess. Poor Chess. Chess has horrible luck. Chess just keeps crashing. And his ship is really broken. So we need to help out Chess and do him a little favor and make him a new chair. So we've been collecting resources for that. We're going to keep collecting them. We're going to go this way.
You can't pilot a spaceship without a chair.
No, chair. Apparently, chair is most important piece of equipment. He could have asked us to fix anything, make anything for him. He wanted the chair made. Also, that's some fun little movement tech there. You can hop out of that.
There's a little gap. Yeah.
There's a little gap. I have found a few of them. They're really fun to find. This tree is a really cool area. It's related to one of my favorite characters in the game, but we're not going to meet that character. But
you're probably going to miss him entirely, huh?
we're going to miss him entirely. Sometimes you'll see him at the very, very end, but usually you don't see him. It makes me sad. Legit, my favorite from my casual playthrough.
So you're probably going to ignore all these boxes too, huh?
Yes, unfortunately. The boxes are another type of resource, but they are like specific to like a very specific side quest. Just checking how much I need. I need 10 more flora. Okay. Right, so yeah, there'll be a fair bit of me checking my inventory just because that's much faster than me getting to my ship and realizing, oh shoot, I am behind on resources. And then having to scramble to find more. Okay, now we have enough. And we're just gonna slip down here. We're gonna skip that Apple Quest guy. We're gonna not talk to these guys. This is the jumping tutorial. You're supposed to talk to both of them. They'll teach you how to jump. We don't need to do that because we kind of figured that out. And then we're just gonna slowly jump. This is why we don't jump, because as you can see, I must wait for my battery to fully charge. We're gonna detour slightly here.
Yeah, a little slow at the start.
It's a little slow. And we're going
making a detour for this crystal, though.
Yes, because like I said, cores are vital, and we need...
You're gonna need those.
We need 100 cores by the time we reach the shop, which is coming soon. This is one NPC we are going to speak to. This is one of my favorite early cutscenes. This is Cosmo. Cosmo owns Bridge Buddies. And we're going to see him many times. He builds bridges. He needed us to get him 2 rock glems so that he could finish making this bridge. It's all good. We're going to speak to him one more time. And in exchange, he is going to pay us 50 core for giving him 2 rock glems. I think that's a very fair trade.
Pretty generous.
Pretty
he does
generous.
fire you immediately after, though.
Yes,
so it's
unfortunately.
A short-lived gig.
That's okay. We're busy adventuring. We don't need the gig any longer.
Oh, gotta get those boots.
Yes, boots and the perfect chair. Excellent. I, for good luck, always speak to our little furry friend there. Everyone, say hi to the friendly furry worm, if I can speak. I don't think we need to. I haven't concluded that it's necessary, but for good luck, you must speak to the worm. It is mandatory.
Mandatory for speedruns.
Mandatory for the luck. All right, and then we're going to talk to Chess again. And Chess is going to give us a battery, which is going to make our life so much easier. And
I see you're not going straight for the crystal. Oh, we're making a detour to the apple?
We are making a detour. We have these secret little puzzles. And the fun thing is, for every single puzzle you do, you get 1/3 of a battery piece. It's very handy.
It's worth it. It's worth it to do 3 puzzles for that extra battery.
Yep, because it's, like I said, cores are such a short resource that it's slower to route in collecting enough cores, because I believe a battery is 100 cores in the shop. It's faster to just do these 3 puzzles. There's more of them in the world than what we're going to do. We just do 3 of them, so we get that extra battery. All right. And you know what? Let's test something. We're not even going to talk to that NPC. I'm going to try and break this without talking to him. See what happens.
But surely you're going to go back and pet the bunny.
Oh, do we need to pet the bunny? Chat, do we need to pet the bunny? I think we need to pet the bunny.
There, I just ruined your record. But it was worth it.
That's okay. I think, so I also recorded a run to submit to AGDQ. I'm pretty sure I pet the bunny in the town coming up ahead. So it's fine. At some point, I want to create a route that's just all bunny percent. By the way, if anyone is looking for a game, like, come run this game. There's so many things.
Could be neat to do like all achievements run or something, because that's one of the achievements.
My achievements are broken.
Bunny achievement run.
My achievements are broken.
You borked them. You borked them out?
They've always been broken, I think, just because it's the type of game I have, the key I got. All right, this fellow here, very helpful. He gives us advice for things. We're going to ignore it. We're not going to buy the thing that he's giving us for free either. Speedy Beat, we can now sprint. We're also going to buy the shovels because it gives us extra things. Pet that bunny. Okay, chat. I will pet bunnies. We're also going to talk to this fellow. This is one of my other favorite NPCs. This fellow eats bolts and gives us cores in exchange. And now we're much faster, as you can see. All right, and now we're going to sprint, and I need to be careful that I don't burn out a battery because...
I love Tutorial Bot.
Yeah, Tutorial Bot's great.
So it's not worth it to ever do any of the gun conversions?
I have not found it. It's too slow. Because you're spending time collecting the resources.
Going through the menu and stuff?
Yeah. There will be a robot coming up in a bit, but not yet. All right, we're gonna do some more resource collecting. Run around. So this time I need 75 flora, 50 rock, 50 light, and 75 paint glems. Sounds like a lot. Watch me not get enough flora once. That's usually what happens.
Lots of little mushrooms along the way.
Yes, lots of little mushrooms. Nothing worse than having to backtrack and come get another mushroom because you forgot an important one on the way back. Here we go. Another apple. Down we do. Another puzzle. And they get progressively harder. So the first one's very nice. Everything's nice in line. You don't need to like adjust anything. And then you get this one where they're starting to like not be in line with things. I like to get stuck on things. Ooh, why is the angle? There we go.
That block there, that's a run ender.
That one, yeah. You gotta be precise, and I'm not always the most precise with these. Yeah. All right. Ooh, jump. There we go. So we're at 2/3 of a new battery. Yay. Also need to remember to sprint a bit.
Fun fact about the apple puzzles. Those are the very last thing that made it into the game before launch. Like a couple days. I put
wow.
those puzzles in. I was like, hey, I got some time. What else can I squeeze into this game?
Okay, I'm gonna slow down a little bit. I'm really hoping I did not just make the fatal flaw. Okay, good. We didn't hard lock the game. Because that can happen if you stand behind
So you want
an
to be
NPC.
able... So you talk to him so you want to be able to find the bird?
Yeah.
Just in case?
No, we do it the first time. We do do it once, yeah. And then if I ever find him a second time, then I will use that. I'll just grab Bucky as a backup strat in case I'm like short 50 cores.
The nice thing about the forest is usually, if you're coming from the desert, you can just make a detour through the forest because it's on your way.
Yeah.
Now, do you talk to the bears? Are you doing the bear finding for the reward?
Yes. So the first time through the forest, I do both the bear finding and the... there we go. There's our first ship piece. Very handy that that bear runs off in the direction of that piece, isn't it?
It's almost like it was set up that
like
way.
it was planned. All right.
Like someone planned this.
Almost, yeah. Who would have thought? I'm going to detour slightly here to go grab this. I also detour for bolts just because the conversion rate isn't amazing on them, but, you know, sometimes that extra like 5 or 10 can be make or break, so... it's worth doing. At one point, I also used to route in. So you'll see on the right side of the screen, there's that like shiny crystal rose.
I was going to ask.
I used to route those in, but I discovered it was too RNG for whether the princess would appear. And so I didn't bother.
There's a set of conditions you have to meet.
I figured that was the
So I would
case.
imagine that if you're speedrunning, you just never talk to her, so she'll never go back to her house.
Yeah, I did one run where she happened to appear really early for me in the town, and so I talked to her. And then it was perfect. I had like 7 flowers, but I discovered it was inconsistent. So you can also fish in this
Do
game.
any fishing? Yeah.
We're
Are you
not going
gonna
to do any fishing, sadly.
No.
I am a sucker for fishing. I love fishing in games, but sadly we're not. Please let this be good. Okay, so I've burned out my... I burned it there. You saw the little flame thingy, which means I can't use my blaster at all while that is recovering. And that happens just because I went for a little too long, drained my battery fully.
Yeah, it overheats, and sprinting uses battery too.
Which I guess is a key point sort of with the game. I guess we haven't talked about that yet, but this game is all about, like... John, do you want to explain that? What the theme of this game really is all about?
Well, let me sum it up. The game is me giving myself a hard time for not taking breaks. Every single character in this game is dealing with burnout or imposter syndrome or just any of my own personal struggles. And this is me, my personal therapy was spending 1.5 years on a game trying to get myself to relax. That's basically the meta context of it.
Yeah, so it's all about, rest and relaxation and all that, which is kind of funny to be speedrunning it then.
Extremely appropriate.
Yes. This is Mayor Bear. We helped him out by finding his 3 kids for him. He's going to pay us 50 cores. Much appreciated, sir.
Definitely not the self-insert character. 100%. No way.
Oh, I forgot this puzzle. Good thing we ran past this, because this is going to help. Oh, did it work, John? Did you take a break after?
Did it work? Sort of. I am... if we really want to get into it, I am a lot better about managing my sort of work time lately. It's really hard. You work all day, you come home and work on the game in your free time. And that doesn't leave a lot of time for, relaxing.
I'm sorry, chat. I skipped a bunny.
Oh, you'll get a chance.
I skipped the bunny.
And
I'm sorry.
Even if you don't do it here, he'll pop up again later. But anyway, so what I figured out is that if you make yourself like, okay, I have 1 hour until bedtime, I'm going to play Yakuza for an hour. Factoring in the 1 hour of relax time actually does help your productivity. It's just science, so even though it seems counterintuitive, but it actually works. Turns out it works.
Yep, so that was a forced cutscene there. You are saved from stepping under the feet of Gal, who is a very large robot who we are about to help in a minute here. And now we're just kind of running around. This is a beautiful area.
Straight to the desert.
Straight to the painted desert, which has the most fun glems to collect. Because you get to jump in them. It's like jumping in puddles. It is so much fun. Also, you probably see Chess up there in the corner. Don't mind
He's
him.
having a rough go of it.
Don't mind him. He put the chair into his ship and then crashed again. So he's just having a real rough day. Can we get Neff in chat for him?
Unfortunately, no longer story required.
Yes. Can we get Neff in chat for him? Poor guy.
For losing plot relevance.
Oh, he's just having the worst day. So jumping. I'm just gonna check.
I saw Topher in the chat earlier. Topher did the soundtrack. So if you're enjoying the music you're hearing in your ears, definitely investigate the soundtrack on Bandcamp, which I'm sure you can find just by like Lost Nova Bandcamp. And give Topher some love.
The soundtrack is amazing.
It's perfect, and I gave him very little direction, and he just nailed it every single time. The only thing I requested for the desert track was there to be an ocarina in it.
Amazing.
And he did it.
The soundtrack is so good for this game.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Topher.
The art, the story, the music, it's just all around beautiful game. I'm having horrible luck with this block. This block is being very rude and not going where it's supposed to. All right, there we go. We have our third battery piece. And now we have our third battery, which is going to make things much easier for us as we run around.
Yeah, that doesn't take a lot of time, I guess.
Nope. And it makes life so much easier. I'm getting a little bit lost here. Jump.
Yeah, this one's a little out of your way.
This one's a little out of the way. I throw it in just because I like to be safe. I don't know. Like I said, I'm so far the only known runner of the game. I just submitted it the other day to speedrunning.com to get a leaderboard set up.
Do you talk to this one? Oh, okay.
Yep, I talk to all of them when they appear. It's a good luck thing. I'm, speedrunners, we're superstitious. All right, and this is a fun cutscene. Me forgetting that I need to click for events that.
I love this sort of side story of the Bridge Buddies.
The Bridge Buddies is such a fun story.
Yeah, they have their own life going on, and you just keep stumbling into it.
I have to make sure I don't burn out my game.
Is it worth jumping on these puddles?
Oh, I didn't realize you could jump on them. Interesting. That's why you don't pick it up immediately then. Okay. I was wondering about that. Anyways, there's our second of 4 ship upgrades. Given to us by Gal.
Yeah. It was making them sick. Mm-hmm. That's my daughter's favorite part, when the claw comes and grabs you.
It's so good. And Gal is a very polite robot and says thank you.
There's a bunny.
Bunny. Y'all are going to make me, go route a bunny % run after this, aren't you?
Now, are you going to say hi to the Bunny King?
There's a Bunny King?
That would add a lot of time to your timer. Completely unnecessary.
For bunny %, it must be done.
They're not actually interactable, but you can say hi.
Bunny %. Chat, I think, wills it. I should, if I'd been thinking, I would have added bunny % to my speedrun.com submission, but I didn't. So
Next time.
Once the leaderboard's made, I shall add bunny % promptly, and then I'll need folks running bunny %.
Do you ever get any of the blaster upgrades?
I will the next time I buy upgrades, which will be soon-ish. I'm just making sure I have enough.
Cool.
Okay, so I need 75 paint. I need more rock and more flora. We'll get the flora when we go back through. We'll get the rock here. Bunny King lore. Ooh, good idea.
Didn't make it in.
Oh no.
Oh, there's tons of cut stuff. I was going to say, though, speaking of cut stuff, the trees here were not cut. They're from the original concept art that I drew ages and ages ago. These rock trees. It's one of the very first things I drew for the game. And they made it all the way till shipping.
Have enough, I think, of everything I need. Yes. Almost. What am I missing?
And see, I thought I was clever with doing a mushroom forest. Turns out lots of games have mushroom forests. And I wasn't clever at all. Mushroom forest, giant mushrooms. Get this. They're everywhere. Not that unique, apparently.
Unfortunate.
But, oh well. Yeah.
Okay, don't mind me getting slightly lost in the forest looking for mushrooms.
So you still
Also,
don't have enough.
I'll take a quick detour. That little robot stuck up there, one of my favorite NPCs after the
Friend.
architect. Friend.
Well, there's nothing this way.
Oh, right. That's not the right path. It's very easy to get lost in the woods.
Yeah.
The woods are very easy to get lost in. I have a map. I could use a map.
One of those logs you can actually run around. I forget which one.
Oh,
you don't have to
well,
yeah, you actually don't. For my own speedrunning, you don't actually have to jump over both of them.
Okay, I need 75, so one more mushroom should be enough.
Tested this room so many times.
Oh, there's more crystals over there. Can I just jump over there?
No, I put special walls here. Because you used to be able to.
You put walls in many places, and it's a little...
I put wall... most walls in the game you can actually shoot through.
Well, that's a whole new thing for me to go testing now.
Yeah, but that one, you can't. Because I didn't want you to be on the other side and be able to break the crystal. Also, another thing about the forest, it used to have a lot less walls. I wanted you to be able to walk through the trees and kind of find your own shortcuts. Turns out, game dev is so weird. Turns out people thought that was like sloppy or like unfinished and bad. It's like, well, look, I can just walk through wherever I want.
And as a speedrunner, I'm like, there's too many walls. There's hardly any skips. Oh, right. Forced cutscene here. Where we get handed some apple pie and get told to relax and try fishing. It's very random.
I love to see it. I love to see it. I'm sure it's not your favorite.
I do not mind it, and now I need to remember what I'm doing here. This, and then... Oh, that was a lot. Excellent. There's a crow down there.
Crow Knight.
All right, and then we are going to craft the boots. I think I may have just messed that up. I think I needed the... Okay, well, if we messed up, that's fine. We'll be fine. We need to buy this. I think we're fine. Or are we? We might not be fine. Are we fine?
Uh-oh.
Or are we not? I don't know. Panic!
I believe in you.
I have enough. We're fine. Okay. Alright, so we had to go buy a jetpack. You might be wondering, why do you need a jetpack, Sal? Well, we need a jetpack. We need a jetpack because we're gonna go flying around the sea. Also, there's a fun little mushroom there. That's a fun little cutscene.
Inconspicuous mushroom.
I encourage you in your own casual playthrough to go check out that mushroom. It's very fun. It is 10 out of 10. Best moment. All right, we're not going to talk to him. We will talk to the bunny.
Perfect.
As Chad has decreed, we must talk to the bunny. All right, so we're going to do something a little funny here. We're going to go looking for friend. It is friend-shaped. And on the way, we're going to do a few things like, ooh, jump. There we go. And we're going to farm this island up because, oh boy, do we need lots of cores. We need to leave this area with 1,000 cores, as that gives you a sense of how much cores we need to get.
So
Why wouldn't you need a jetpack? Yes.
What's that?
Someone in chat.
Sorry.
Better question, why wouldn't you need a jetpack? Oh yeah, very true. Jetpacks are mandatory.
Yes, please. I was just going to say new area, new soundtrack. The only direction I gave for this one was please make it sound like Wind Waker. And once again, Topher nailed it. Knocked it out of the park.
It's very good.
This is though really it's more of a Mario Sunshine level.
we found a chicken shaped like a friend on a special chicken-shaped island. We like chicken
the
friend.
desert is the Mario Sunshine level because you're jumping in pain. Maybe the whole game is just me recreating Mario Sunshine.
I don't know. I have not played Mario Sunshine, so I'm not totally sure.
It's one of those. It's not people's favorite Mario, but I like it.
All right, so we have a village here in this area. These are folks who, due to reasons, had to leave their planet. And now this one member, whose name I still don't know. I should know it at this point. I still don't. He seems to feel a lot of guilt and responsibility for his former planet, like getting destroyed or something. I don't know. John, if you wanted to say more about that, you can.
There's so much lore that didn't make it in. But yeah, they this tribe of characters came from another planet that had a catastrophe and they left. And this one character is all torn up about it. It's like, oh, if I worked harder, if I put more of my time into preparing and being ready for this, maybe I could have prevented it. Me personally, which is a lot to put on yourself.
Yeah.
So you kind of through the dialogue, you sort of talk through that.
Yeah, and then it's RNG a little bit where his special island is. Yeah, so he asks you to go on a quest to get a chicken, thinking it'll be ridiculous and you'll like never bother with it. And then surprise, we have a chicken. So, and then he asks us for some help. We're going to use our blaster to help get him some fuel for his furnace. All right, be careful not to burn out. There we go. And we're going to be grinding this minigame quite a bit.
Is now the time?
Yeah, this is the grind time. So there's 3 types of things we get here. We've got the coal ones. We get these bomb ones, which explode the entire field, and we get star ones, which give us like, I don't know, I call it like star power. Unlimited power. It's like star power from Mario. Oh, this one we're just gonna let explode. That's the fastest way to do it.
Not much you can do about that one.
Yes, this game is full of wonderful animals to love. It's all around 10 out of 10. Amazing game. It's also a nice break.
Yeah, what is this chicken? Like, how does he have this ability to raise up coal from the depths? Yeah, he's great out.
Oh, is the chicken doing that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's jumping.
Today I learned. I'm learning so many things. All right, so we help him out, and he offers us an engine core, which is the 3rd core we need. He also says he wouldn't be opposed to us helping him some more. So you know what? We're going to help him some more because we need 1,000 cores before we leave this place.
You need a lot.
We need a lot. And assuming RNG is good and I don't mess up really badly, I can usually get at least 150 per mini-game attempt. So, yes, the
Topher,
chicken is amazing.
Topher, I didn't know that. Topher in chat, who once again was the music man for Lost Nova, he says the minigame music was inspired by the Ocarina of Time Epona race. Which, now that you've said that, I totally hear it. Oh, I was also going to make a suggestion, if you don't mind. I don't want to tell you how to do your run. Often in my own testing, because I also ran this many times, I actually let the bombs explode because sort of the main thing you want are the star ones. And the faster you can get a star power up, the faster you can just power through the waves.
True. There's, I think, I hate this field. This is the worst one. All right. We're going to do this again.
Really, all you need to do is get the furnace into overdrive as fast as you can and keep it in overdrive. Beyond that, the amount of coal you are getting actually doesn't matter that much.
Gotcha. Okay, I am learning new things. See, folks, this is why it's helpful.
So there it is. Yeah, so now it's in overdrive.
Gotcha. Make friends with the devs of your games, folks. It can be very helpful.
And I think it's been a while, but I think the overdrive it consumes the coal faster. But as long as you continue to put it in there, there's no cap. Is what I mean.
Gotcha. This is not the most favorable RNG, but that's okay. We're fine.
Sometimes it just doesn't like you.
Sometimes it doesn't like you. That's speedrunning in a nutshell.
So I was going to ask, did you investigate a run where you utilized the mines instead?
I had tried out the mines. I think some of it was I am not as confident with the mines. And there's also the slight issue of you have to do the mines after you... so spoiler alert, very shortly we're going to be meeting a magnificent, wonderful, lovely beat who gives us lovely positive messages. But the mines don't unlock until after that. So it's a case
it is
of
later
having
in the game.
It's a case of having enough cores to unlock the thing necessary to get the beat to move. That's the big issue. So that is why I've kind of stuck with this, because it's before that and doesn't matter as long as you have the jetpack.
And you're already here, so might as well.
Already here. You know, for marathons, this would be a fantastic time for just a donation read. Which, speaking of which, Lana, if there's anything you need to shout out or anything, like, feel free to take a moment right now. No, Lana.
Oh. I'll be quiet.
It's great. I surprisingly don't have too much to shout out right now, but I always love to ask. So, Sel, what was the moment that you decided you wanted to run the game?
Probably about 30 minutes into me playing it live for the first time while interviewing John on stream.
Amazing.
I believe my words were, this is a game I would love to speedrun it. I could hear him just be like, what? This is not a speedrunning type game. And everyone who had come from my chat was like, oh yeah, okay, this is normal, this is very Cell. If I say I want to speedrun a game, it means I like it.
Thank you.
Excellent game. Everyone, go check it out. It's very good. Not biased or anything. Totally not biased.
Me either, yeah. It's excellent game, well worth your time. Saying that as the person who made it.
And if story games like this are not your vibe, John has an excellent strategy roguelike as well. That came out even more recently.
I did make another game. It did happen. Lost Nova is my very first game. So I'm very proud of it, and obviously it's very special to me. Second game, oh man, second game was so much easier.
Yeah.
A lot easier the second time around when you actually know what you're doing. Oh, was that enough?
That is enough. We have 1,000. We have 1,000. Nice. Everyone say goodbye to the chicken. Oh, hello, that's his island.
Yeah, wait, no,
again.
he's back.
This is the problem. You can never find him. You can never find him when you want him, and then he appears endlessly, and it's like, oh, okay.
So there's another fun fact. Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
Bunny, there's a strat I'd like to do, and I need to talk to you in DMs about how to consistently make it happen. But it's much faster than doing this, because this is slow. Unlocking this bridge.
But I love it, though. It's so good.
The bridge is fantastic, but it's very slow. Bunny.
I think you got that one already.
I know, but
still,
making up.
Yes.
Making
well
up
worth
that.
it. Oh, I was going to say about the ocean. The entire ocean, originally, all of the islands were going to move around. But I figured people might not enjoy that so much.
Don't mind the big purple hole in the planet. That's really
fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's totally
just
fine.
like that.
Yeah, it's really fun. Say hello to the big beat. We're going to be there in a minute to say hi.
Be right back.
Further. Yep, beer beat. Just let me hand off some things here. Doop-a-doom. All right, and now we need to go by Rise and Shine energy bar.
Start your day with a ray of sunshine.
And then we're going to go this way.
Just about cleared that store out.
Indeed. That's everything we're going to buy from the store now. All right. Scooting now. All right, we're going to say one more thing. You are amazing and I love you. Chat, that is your daily affirmation. You are amazing and I love you.
The beat believes in you.
All right. And now we meet Luke. Luke has a hat business. Except it's not going so well.
Also known as Captain Imposter Syndrome.
Yeah, it's not going so well. So we're going to help him out. And
say hi and goodbye to the stuck robot.
yeah, we don't talk to him in this run, but like 10 out of 10, do talk to him. He gives you a really fun reward if you talk to him and help him out everywhere. Like we're skipping so much of this game in this run. Like it's so good. All right, this person has bees, but the bees don't respect him. So we give him a crown, make him the queen bee, royal bee. I don't know.
Yes, so you've been tasked with delivering hats as a sort of promotional service for this man's failing hat store. And it just so happens that all the residents of this area require highly specific hats to solve their highly specific problems, which you are uniquely equipped to solve. Luckily.
Yep. And we're actually not going to... The second person's right up there. We're actually going to go this way quickly.
You're going to go the long way around? Or
because...
just stopping for this?
I'm actually not going to do that puzzle. I don't think I need it. I'm going to skip it. It's a fun puzzle, but it's a little bit slow.
You have a lot of money.
I do have a lot. I'm feeling okay.
Is it enough?
I need 750 before I leave this area. I've got almost 600, so like...
Are you here for these?
Yep, we're here for these. Yeah, that's why we come all the way over here. It's slow.
Secret house. Secret house off in the corner.
Yeah, don't mind the secret house.
Don't worry about it. Nothing special about it at all.
No, this isn't secretly a horror game.
Jeez.
We have another beautiful area with the mysterious boxes. I want to do it. I want to do an architect percent run so badly, where you just do those relics. But any percent first. Got to get some people other than just me running this game, and then I can do that. All right, this person has a cloud over their head. The poor robot. So we give him an umbrella hat. Makes his life better. We can't reach that one. Shoot. Okay. Now I need to remember how to get to the third person. Oh wait, we gotta go back here first.
Originally, it was going to be a propeller hat, and that propeller would blow the cloud away. But then I would have had to animate a propeller.
Oh.
So, didn't happen.
Understandable. Oh, hello. That was weird interaction. Okay, and where is it? There we go.
Oh, there is a free space there.
There is a free space, and I love it. If you take it away, I'm going to have I'm going to have strong words for you in your DM, sir. Which island is it? This one? Yeah. That's the problem with this area, is remembering the pathing to jump is a little tricky. Oh, and we're going to grab these just to be safe. Even though I said I was confident in my core amount. Not necessarily. All right. And then this fun, we have a nice little new mechanic.
Love this pirate crew.
To make sure I don't burn out my blaster. All right, and totally not borrowing an idea from another indie game. We have this poor bear who has a whole bunch of slimes, and we give him a rancher hat. No game mentioned, that totally didn't get a sequel very recently.
No, of course not. I wouldn't. I didn't. Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
No, of course not. I totally don't bring it up every time I get that spot either. All right, so that's all 3 hats delivered. We come back here, and he is so happy because he actually has a lineup. We get a hat from him. We now have a sprout. It's beautiful,
Automatically equips for your convenience.
There is our final one. We need more things. Okay, so we're gonna quickly
Bunny.
say hi to the bunny before I go back and start farming in here. First, I'm gonna check my inventory. Okay, so we have 50 available to us because we have the bird in the inventory.
That's
have
how
that.
that saying goes. A bird in hand is worth 50 cores.
Sure.
That's what my grandpappy says.
Oh, indeed. Okay, 50... No, that's not gonna be enough.
Thank you, chat, for being so nice about the art. This is one of my favorite levels because I was able to recycle most of the art from other areas of the game.
Oh.
It's like, I need one more area. What can I do? Let me just mush them all together.
We are gonna do this puzzle.
Problem solved. That's another pro game dev strat for you.
Reuse things. Right? Recycling is environmentally friendly.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, we're just backtracking a bit because apparently I really should have done this when we came by it the first time. I decided to skip it, so... Be slow. That's okay. I also don't have a timer running, so I have no idea what the time is like, and at this point, I kind of don't want to know until I finish.
Guess it'll be a surprise at the end, yeah.
Is that enough? I don't think that's enough. Is there any more? No, I don't think there's any more. So we're going to exit and we're going to go to a different area.
Now, if I pull it up the stream on Twitch, it does have the timer. Would you like me to tell you?
Sure.
Just past 44.
Oh, we're on, like, world record pace right now.
Oh, okay. Keep in mind that the stream is a little bit lagged behind, but I believe in you.
And the reason I joke that it's world record pace is, as I said, I'm the only known runner of this game, so every time I get a PB, it's world record.
Technically the world record.
It's...
That's great. No, you can put that, like, on your resume.
I know. I totally should. All right, we are going to quickly go deliver Bucky, and then we will be fine. Actually,
I was going to say
mind.
Tombstone, but that's a much darker joke.
Yeah, that's much darker.
Put your
Also,
world record on the Tombstone.
I will pet the bunny in town this time, chat. I will pet the bunny in town. I won't make that mistake again. I shall pay for my failings.
So special run through the forest for the Bucky fee. Bucky reward, actually.
Yeah, that's where Bucky's a really nice safety strat.
Yeah, Bucky's loaded.
Bucky's owner is loaded. Would you clarify?
Even though they have no feet.
All right. And now we're going to go over here. And we're going to do something a little sneaky ahead of game schedule. And we're going to break this crystal. Which you can break with only 3 batteries. Even though you can get, I think I got 6 in one playthrough. You can get quite a few batteries. But you only need 3 to
I
play
want to
the game.
say like 12, maybe?
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I hadn't tested that far. I had a certain point where I'm just like, okay. We don't need to talk to him because he's going to just tell us to go do things. All right. We're going to install.
Things. This is the part with the visual glitch, right? Oh, there it is.
Yep.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, so I'm running an ultra-wide monitor, which means some wonky things happen visually.
I personally do not have an ultra-wide monitor, which makes it difficult to catch funny things like this. It's an easy fix. I just have to tell it to stretch to your window size. But I should put that on the to-do list.
And now we're just going to quickly install all the things. Then we're going to get... we're going to escape the island. Right? Right, John? We're going to escape the island, right?
Yeah, everything is fine. This is the goal. You did it. You did the thing. And the victory is achieved.
Time is
No
almost
further
up.
hardships.
Time is almost up, but yeah, it's looking good. And we're excited, except for bad news. We can't leave. There's an electromagnetic field that will not let any ship in or out of the planet. It's very bad. So we're going to be sad and we're going to come talk. And
It's time for
gonna tell us to
some
take a break.
quiet introspection.
We're just gonna take a little break. And John, do you want to explain these little cutscenes, or do you want me to?
Oh, well, I put the stars there because people didn't like being in a black void and not knowing which direction to go. So I put it past the stars. Now, you, again, in ultra widescreen, you could see the little flashback scene. No problem. But if you're in standard resolution, you can't. Oh, but yeah, these are just like moments from Mia's past. Because through the majority of the game, you're sort of dealing with everybody else's issues. But Mia has a ton of her own that we sort of get a glimpse into during that scene. That sort of inform the way she acts and why
This
she's
is the
so...
architect. Best character. Oh, and then there's a giraffe. We're not going to talk to him again, though.
But yeah. Oh, but his dialogue is the best.
I know. But speed.
Pirate friends are back.
We must carry on. Be speedy.
Here comes my favorite track. Pump up the volume. This is the only the only track that features an electric guitar.
Ooh.
So there's that. The soundtrack is very chill, by design. This is the only one that really has it really goes hard, gets exciting because you're at the end. This is Victory Road,
And we're going to discover what's going on with this place. All right. Ooh,
you get to talk to all the NPCs that you helped along the way. You get to talk to them one more time.
And something I've noticed in some of my testing is the more NPCs I've talked to. Ooh, don't mind me doing loop-de-loops here. Oh goodness. Let me just show it off. My jetpack.
Your moves.
Something I discovered is it seems like the more NPCs you talk to throughout your playthrough, the more appear to speak to in this area. Is that correct?
It's true. You will not see Chess here coming up soon because you did not complete Chess's storyline.
Yeah.
So there are some differences, depending.
Yeah. So we're gonna
what
see
you've
the
done.
we're gonna see the absolute bare minimum of NPCs here because we basically didn't talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Oh.
You used to be able to shoot those slimes, but now you can't because they cause too much lag.
Oh, okay.
These
I
ones
don't
you
know.
can shoot
Why would you want to shoot them?
because they bounce off each other.
Oh, well, that
Like
sounds
some
highly
other
entertaining.
like some other unknown, tiny indie game that I heard about one time.
Ah, I see. I got it. Okay. All right. Remember those worms we said hi to for good luck because I am extremely superstitious about it? Mm-hmm.
These boys again.
And now, as I start madly clicking, we have Giant Fuzzy Worm. Everyone say hi to Giant Fuzzy Worm. Also one of the best NPCs. Now, Giant Fuzzy Worm has a very important job. They're the one keeping this planet from disintegrating into a bunch of pieces. Except there's a slight issue. Dear Fuzzy Worm here can't stop, cannot take a break, because if Fuzzy Worm takes a break, the planet is going to quite literally fall apart. Which is a problem. We're distracting him, unfortunately, by talking to him. And so we need to leave. Which means we need to come up with a plan to help him. All right, and now it is basically just cutscene.
Was that it? Is that where you would stop the timer?
No, the timer doesn't stop yet because
Where's the cutoff?
on 1 year later text.
Ah.
Yeah. So as we go back to town, we tell the mechanic that there is this issue. Mechanic and the artist, who we don't meet in this run, work together. They figure out how to fix our ship up in a way that's going to solve all the issues. We send it down in there to where dear fuzzy giant worm is. And magic happens. Something happens.
Science magic.
Science magic, colors, beautiful,
This is the first
fun
time
stuff.
we zoom out and see how bad the planet really is.
And as you can see, star power. And the planet is coming back together. And it's very exciting. Look at that, we succeeded. The planet is all together. The worm no longer has to hold it together. There's not a giant electromagnetic field anymore. We're really happy. And then we're sad because we had to sacrifice our ship to do that. But with the power of friendship, our friends got us a new ship, and it even has stars on it. It is extra fancy. So we're going to hop inside of our ship. And we're going to fly over, and we're going to see a whole bunch of characters. And there's a little statue made of us, thanks to the artist robot.
Yes. If you travel back to your original crash site.
We're going to fly
Here's
over.
all the characters we didn't meet.
And some we did.
Some we did.
Yeah.
Getting called out in chat for the Kirby inspiration. I've seen.
A new friendship. I love it. And look, giant fuzzy worm and the friend and the bunny. But now that we
later, oh, sorry, you go ahead.
we have left and we're about to leave. It's exciting. We're off back on track to go relax. And
Totally did not cry the first time I saw this, like with the music.
I also cried the first time I saw it. Time is going to come up here in just a minute.
Okay.
And
Wait
time.
for it.
1 year later. And surprise, it's 1 year later. And it is exactly as we left it. Except this time we have our friend Quid with us. And you can continue do all the things you didn't do before. There's new things to do. You can revisit all the bunnies if you missed them. You can do all that. But yeah, that is Lost Nova any percent. Now I would like to know what my time was.
What is it?
It's a 54:15.
Ooh, that's close. That's like 30 seconds behind my PB.
Nice.
Oh, it was those bunnies. They ruined it for us.
Those bunnies. We'll have to make it. We'll have to make a bunny percent route, and then we can just pet the bunnies and not worry about saving the planet.
But was it worth it?
It was worth it.
Phew. Awesome. Well, just as a final thing, Sel, do you want to tell us where to find you? Any other final sign-off?
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitch at Selcouthmind. You can also find me on Twitter at TheSelcouthmind. And Twitter there has a link that will take you to all my other socials. Yeah, I do some speedrunning, do lots of indie game content. Yeah, just fun, chill vibes. So if you're into that, come hang out. We'd love to see you. John?
Awesome. Well, yeah, thanks so much for having y'all on tonight. It was tons of fun to see this wonderful run. Couple quick announcements before we wrap up for tonight. Once again, if you want to follow what Games Done Quick is up to, make sure to use !links in Twitch chat for all things GDQ. You can find us everywhere. And tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern for Game Masters, followed by Time Capsule. We've got speedruns every day of the week, so make sure to pop back tomorrow for even more. We had an incredible time on She Is Speed tonight with our Clock Tower 3 run from Miss Scarlett Tanager and this Lost Nova Any Percent by Selcouthmind. We are all wrapped up for tonight, but we really appreciate having y'all around. Make sure to stick around after this short break. We will be raiding out, so make sure to hang around to share the love. All right, we'll catch y'all next time on She Is Speed. See you again in 2 weeks. Bye!